in there. That reminds me, I wonder how Rina's doing.
See? It's not as serious as you thought, Shima-chan. Everything is gonna be just fine.
What in the world are you talking about? Well, since we were called back here all of a sudden, I thought that maybe something really awful had happened. It wasn't just us. The big four were on our flight, too. Oh, I see. I wonder what it is. Things certainly do seem kind of unpleasant around here, but it's really not all that bad. Oh, I see. What is it now? I'm just relieved, that's all. Oh. Let's go. Okay. So, where's my souvenir? Oh, I was in a hurry, so... Why, you little... Just kidding. Oh, so what'd you buy me? Well, first I bought some rice crackers and then...
Thank you for coming all this way.
You're welcome. You seem well. So, have you obtained any additional information?
Very little, and I'd like to know more.
That could become a problem. When I get back to Japan, I'll have to explain this to the Congress. So which foundation is experiencing the trouble?
You certainly do speak your mind.
Be honest with me. I'd like a direct answer. Do you believe aliens are involved?
At this point, there's too little information.
Stellvia is the front line for Earth defense. Of course, I needn't tell you, the person at the very top. You have a duty to make the interests of the Earth your foremost priority.
I understand.
Oh, good. I'm so glad everything's all right. When they told me there was going to be an emergency assembly meeting, my heart nearly skipped a beat. See what a worrywart you are? We're safe and sound in outer space. There's not much we can do as students anyway. So stop worrying. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah, you're probably right. Huh? Hot Springs Manju? So does this stuff taste like sulfur? Of course it doesn't taste like sulfur, silly. How would I know? It says Hot Springs on the box. You're so funny. Why don't you stop talking about it and try some? Easy for you to say, but I bet you don't know why it says Hot Springs on the box either. I was wrong. It's delicious. It's too bad you didn't have more time to spend with your family. I guess there wasn't really much point in going home, huh? I don't know. But you did seem to find the time to meet Kota's older sister, though, right? What's that supposed to mean? Nothing at all. You big meanie. Thanks for the goodies. Now then, shall we go make a one-sided 5-hour wait phone call to Rina-chan? Oh yeah, I wonder if Rina's all right. Oh, I think that she's still on the space transport. It takes like 40 days to get all the way up to the Ultima. That's right, Arisa. So she's not involved in all of this. Oh, thank goodness.
What is it that we've been training the students for up till now? Was all of this just to teach them how to kill?
Look, you're worrying way too much. It's not like there's going to be a war or anything.
If that's the case, then why'd they recall the students back to Stellvia? And why was it only the students who participated in the Great Mission? Because every one of those kids are outstanding pilots, that's why.
I can understand your point of view, Layla, but the Office of Space Development does government work, correct? I'm sure that they are just simply gathering the students now so that they don't get blamed for any problems later on. A lot of unnecessary things are happening here.
Look, let's just say, if your concerns actually are valid, then when the time comes, I'm sure the headmaster will do something about it.
That's right. See, there's nothing to worry about.
The power of just a single teacher is insignificant. She said she wants to be alone.
She just needs a little time. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. She'll be back on her feet in no time.
Until then, as long as this school continues to be a school.
What are you thinking? Do you think that this could be the work of some other foundation?
It might even be a show the Ultima's putting on itself.
Really? But for what reason?
Who knows? In any case, the most important thing for us to understand is the reason why we were suddenly called back here on such short notice.
I wonder what conclusion will be reached at the emergency meeting tomorrow. Depending on what the outcome is, all of the dreams of this school could quite possibly end then.
It all seems kind of strange. Here we are discussing it like this, but it feels like it's happening to someone else. It's all futile. I can't hear anything.
With wheat toast and a salad. Everything sounds so boring. Stop talking so loud. I'm tired of this and I don't want that. Nothing looks good at all. Huh?
Thank you very much. Sorry about this, guys. I bet it's pretty hard to relax with your teacher here.
Of course not, Ms. Layla. Anyone who's generous enough to treat is always a welcome guest at our table. Right, Chipo? Don't
sorry. I wish I could, but I'm not allowed to show special treatment to any of the students.
Wow, serious reaction.
I wanted to apologize for cutting your winter vacation so short.
That's all right.
Ms. Layla.
Hmm?
I'd like to know honestly if we are going to have to fight.
Huh?
I'd like to believe that's not the case, Kota.
So, that's the strategy?
Yes, that is what they have officially decided.
In the same way that we created the Infinity, it wouldn't be surprising if the other foundations possessed something along those lines as well. Nevertheless, we'll have to wait and see.
I'm not sure that anyone knows what to do. That's all we have to go on now. Humanity experienced the explosion from the supernova, and for the first time in history, we were able to come together as one. But in the end, the concept of nations may have just been replaced by the foundations.
Oh, everyone's coming back tomorrow. This doesn't feel very much like a vacation at all. Come on now, shake it off. Don't you go thinking about those unhappy thoughts again. Everyone's coming back, right? Even though they weren't asked to come back? I'm telling you, you're worrying too much. Everything's gonna be fine. Would you mind not acting like such a baby? You can save it for when you're with Kota. Stop it! Okay. Everything will be fine, you'll see. Yeah, you're right. From a hot spring. If you'd like some, I'd like you to have them. Okay, thank you. Well, I hope you like it. I'm sorry for everything. I'm really sorry.
Let us now begin.
Welcome back!
It's good to be back.
Hey, where's Sayori? How come she isn't with you? She probably didn't want to be on the same flight as Pierre.
Giving me a hard time already?
So delighted to see you again.
It seems like something serious is happening again.
I know. I wonder if the meeting has started already.
I wonder what the unidentified objects are. Maybe UFOs.
I think it might be some kind of secret weapon from one of the foundations out there, and that the battle happening on Ultima right now is just a combat test. Infi has that certain something that really grabs you, but the unidentified objects have an air of conspiracy to them that's really cool.
I suppose you like that kind of thing.
Sure, what's not to like? Guys are always interested in that kind of stuff, right?
Let's go get something to eat.
Sure, I'm starving. Let's go.
The Fujiyama doesn't have any meal service when you're this close, huh?
What did I do wrong this time? Can't a guy even talk about his dreams anymore? I'm hungry too. Hey, wait for me!
No matter what the reason may be in justifying an attack on the Ultima, it's obvious that a dangerous outside ideology exists.
We should arrange a surveillance position immediately, now that the threat from Hydra's Beta has passed us. There would be no problem if we turned half of our surveillance facilities towards the other foundations.
That's an option that would certainly save us a great deal of time and money. What do you think of that?
But if we try to seize evidence, that could make it possible for them to bring charges to the negotiating table.
Then we'd be forced to undergo compulsory inspections.
Well, in that case, we would have to consult with the other foundations.
Are you suggesting we consult with the culprit?
It does give us cause to wonder. But isn't it a bit unreasonable to assume that all of our sister foundations could be involved in such a crime?
Are you saying these are simply reactionary elements?
Realistically speaking, that is a distinct possibility.
I don't believe that reactionary elements alone would have that kind of power.
Well, one thing's certain, we simply don't have enough information.
Perhaps that's true, but there is something we can do. Strengthen the security forces, or depending on our needs, establish a military space force.
Unidentified unidentified crabs, moving in fast.
Identifying by gravity response as ghosts. They ID as ghosts.
Security force, emergency launch. We make contact in 5 minutes.
2 black coffees, please.
Hey, there's an opening right now! Lucky us!
A military space force is a rather bold suggestion.
It seems your jump in logic has gone a bit too far, Mr. Hutter.
Then what do you suppose would happen if we were attacked right now?
The security forces would be dispatched to handle it.
That's fine if it's an opponent the security forces can handle.
You have illegally entered into the Foundation Ultima's airspace. Stop your flight immediately. If you do not follow our instructions, we will open fire. We repeat,
2 minutes till
stop
contact.
your flight immediately.
I agree with the suggestion to strengthen the security force. However, it would be unreasonable to establish a military space force.
There is always the chance that it might cause an emergency situation instead.
I understand what you mean regarding a space force. However, I believe it would be the wrong course of action if we were to answer force with force. It's evident that this has been the case historically.
If everyone felt the same way as you do, Ms. Prime Minister, where would that lead us?
Huh?
The Cadies have locked onto the ghosts. Repeat, they've locked on.
The ghosts are changing course at increasing speed as they head for the control boundary.
7 daily specials, please.
Alrighty, 7 daily specials coming right up, miss.
Rice! And one with an extra large bowl of rice. Yeah!
Alright, and that's 1 extra large bowl of rice for the gentleman.
Yeah, big bowl of rice for the big mouth.
The ghosts are now leaving our controlled airspace.
The security force is going to a level 3 alert. Level 3 alert.
I wonder if it's true that the Fujiyama is going to suspend its services for a while.
Huh? Yeah, rumor has it.
But isn't that the reason why you all came back early? Because you were worried about it? We just wanted to be sure.
There probably won't be a complete suspension of services, but until the case with the Ultima is solved, they might lower the number of regular flights.
I hope not. That would be a drag if that happened. I know. Everything's so much better when there's peace. That too, but that's not what I meant. I mean that vegetables can only be grown on the earth, right? So if the shuttles stop flying, then we won't be able to get any more fresh veggies.
You're kidding. That's what you're worried about?
Hey, fresh veggies are vital for health. I hope that everything will begin calming down soon.
I bet a spoon would work a little better.
Yeah, thank you, Kota.
Well, Mr. Hutter, your proposal certainly was an interesting surprise.
It's fitting they should feel at least a mild sense of crisis.
Perhaps, but aren't military preparations going too far?
Self-defense, in a way, is an instinct. At least it can't be said that humanity has lost its very instinct to survive.
That's true. After all, it's only natural for living things to try and protect themselves from any harm. We may in some way have begun to forget those basic instincts as a result of peacetime. Peace may be making us complacent. Can I ask you, Mr. Richard?
Yes?
About the discussion we were having earlier, could you please try and sound him out?
Welcome back, Yayoi. Excuse me, but are you a new student too, miss? My name is Yayoi Fujisawa. It's nice to meet you. I'm Ayaka Machida. Miss Machida, I hope that you and I will be friends. It's good to be back. Welcome back, Yayoi. Thank you.
So, how did the meeting go? It was decided that we'll be having a joint session sometime soon with the other foundations. In the end, I suppose we just do as we're told.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Are you worried about it?
Yeah.
I thought you would be.
So what was it that you wanted to talk about?
There's a new operating system that has been developed exclusively for Infi. I was wondering if we could call upon you to handle the monitoring system on it. What do you think?
No way. A new development model of the DLS? Is that what the...
Your waist size.
Did you hear that, Miss Sorrow? He's talking about you.
What's the big deal, Jojo? I'm a growing man. It's perfectly natural for my weight to fluctuate a little.
Huh?
The only problem I'm aware of is the stress that accumulates when learning to restrain yourself.
Hey, take it easy.
I'd say your quibbling is a form of leveling up.
Daichan is so funny. Don't you think so too, Kota?
Every detail according to plan. Cooperation was apparent and
sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, you're impossible sometimes.
But you know, we should be quiet and listen to the headmaster's speech.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Because of your courage, we achieved our goal. Now that the second wave has passed, we'll move on to the next challenge.
A mock battle? Are you saying that we should make the students play war games?
Of course. They can operate the aura of these machines. They learn marksmanship skills from the Great Mission, and the Joust taught them how to dogfight. In other words, they've already learned the necessary basic skills to fight a war. All they need is to train under real combat conditions, and they'll be able to react to any surprise circumstance.
And what would you define as a surprise circumstance?
2 months have already passed since the detection of the first unidentified flying object. In that short time, the flying objects have been detected, not only on the Ultima, but also on the Akapusu and the El Santo.
Isn't maintaining the safety of the Stellvia the duty of the adults?
Our job is to maintain the safety of not only the Stellvia, but of the entire universe as well.
Entire universe?
That's right. Stellvia, as the leader of the universe, has a responsibility of supervising all of the other foundations.
Wait a minute, Sheepone. What's that? You're wearing a different chest protector. I've never seen it before. Is it new? I bought it a couple of days ago. So what do you think? Do you like it? You got it for Kota, right? No! Excuse me, but what are you implying, Miss Red North? Of course not. That's not the case at all. I was dressing up a bit for a change of pace. Hey, why are you getting all formal on me all of a sudden? Well, honestly, we are 16 years old now, but then again, that'll just have to wait till we're adults. And I don't think Kota could possibly want that from me right now. No one ever said anything about that. But that doesn't really matter anyway, because deep down inside, all men are really lechers. That's not true. Kota's different. If two people really love each other, there's nothing wrong with doing that at 16. Huh? Just what I'd expect from a lady. An adult point of view. I don't see anything wrong with it. Students can legally marry at age 16. But that's not what I really meant. Speaking of which, what about you? Has anything new happened with you and Pierre? Do you think that anything new has happened? No, I don't think so. Very good. Nothing has happened. Aww.
How about you, Arisa? Isn't there anyone that you like?
I'm afraid not. For now, that's impossible. Sheepone's already taken Kota, and Daichan's pretty much out of the question. Pierre has his pickup lines and his good looks, and Jojo's nothing but a big goofball.
That's not true. Jojo's not a goofball. He likes to read books and all kinds of things. And even though his grades are bad, I know that...
Akira-chan! Wowee! Hey! Wait a minute! Don't go!
What is it?
There's something very important we'd like to ask you, Mr. Kota Otoyama.
Something very important.
And we expect an honest answer from you.
The question is, how far have you gone with Sheepone?
And don't expect us to buy some silly Angelite to the amusement park or something.
Tell our viewers, you have kissed her, haven't you? Well, of course, going as far as kissing is perfectly natural.
Yeah, it's not like we're in elementary school.
Have you ever kissed a girl, Pierre?
Well, who, me? Yes, of course I have. I guess when I was about 14. Yes, I was 14.
Hey, I was 14 years old, too.
Really? What a coincidence.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised. You guys started young.
Not really. I think that's a normal age to start kissing.
Yes, the sooner the better. But what matters even more than when you start doing it is who it is you're doing it with.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. I've never even kissed anyone yet.
This is your first training session in 2 months. Don't worry too much about your time. Just try to focus on getting your intuition back. Katase, you're next.
Yes, ma'am. There she goes, ping-ponging along as usual. Seems our vacation break didn't affect her at all.
I feel kind of rusty. My flight skills were better a while ago.
Yeah, back in ancient times.
At least you could have called it the Middle Ages.
We've got company. Those are armed Katies.
You're right. Things are beginning to get pretty spirited.
They sure do look like fighter crafts.
They're really cool. Spirited things are way cool.
I think it's easier to have control of them when there isn't anything attached. It doesn't matter. It's not like we're going to be piloting them or anything.
Next, Joy Jones.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, allow us to help too. I'm sure we can handle patrolling at the very least. Don't you agree, Shojin?
Well, I don't know.
We have full confidence that we can control the Katies. And during the second wave, we also completed our marksmanship training. Didn't we, Shojin?
But you mustn't forget what your foremost duties are. Your studies should remain your top priority above all. Leave what's going on outside the school to us.
Yes, sir, but Shojin, don't you think that...
We are members of Stellvia as well. We want to protect our school. Ourselves.
What? Aren't you going, Akira?
I wish I could, but I'm on cleaning duty for today.
Oh, it's our first day back and you're out of luck already.
Hey, Masara, what's up? Didn't I hear you say that you were on cleaning duty today? I'll swap with you if you want.
That's all right. It's not like I have any special plans today or anything.
I said that swap with you! Come on, please! Not again! Come on, Masara!
Hey, Kota. Kota!
Oh,
After we're all done here, do you want to go see a movie or something?
go see a movie?
Yeah, they're playing one of Evan Sommer's new movies. And I think I remember you saying that you like his films.
Oh. I'm sorry. They asked me if I would monitor the new system when we're done here.
Huh? Not again?
Yeah, they really need the help. They said that they're counting on me to handle it right now. I'm the only one who can do it.
Well, then can't you take a break later on?
I don't think so. It was all decided last week.
All right, I understand.
In baseball, the term is game set. What is it in rugby? 5 characters.
No side.
What kind of bird is always in the limelight in the newspaper? 2 characters.
It's a Kichi.
Next question, a job for men. It's recently been a topic of discussion throughout the universe. 2 characters. Let's see, it's not a space pilot or anything. A recent topic.
Hey, I think I got it. It's a hemo.
Did you say hemo?
Yes, the giant hemo that's become visible in the constellation Hydra has been in the news a lot lately.
Ah, that's right, but it's really a warping of space, which is supposed to be an after effect of the second wave.
It may have been there beforehand, but we couldn't see it because the second wave was obscuring it.
A gigantic 3 billion kilometer long space string in the red universe. The astronomical show is beginning to get crowded. Wait a minute, is being a hemo really a job?
Oh no, is it already that late?
Why, have you got plans?
Yeah, I've got a date tonight.
Huh? But you said that you broke up with that guy from Christmas.
I don't know if I'd call it a breakup. Sounds so scandalous. We never even made it to the going out phase. It's nice to be with someone who doesn't make you feel the age difference. But maybe I'll try acting more like an older sister for now. So, what do you think? The boy I'm seeing tonight is rather young. Does this look like I'm trying too hard? Great, thanks for your opinion. You might as well go ahead and solve that game.
We believe the unidentified flying objects are nothing but fakes.
What? You mean there are really aliens?
Calm down. Don't be so stupid. I think the real question here is which of the foundations is the culprit.
How can that be accurately determined when no one's made a statement?
There isn't anyone willing to make a statement.
Enforcing some sort of policy would only stir up opposition between the foundations.
And create a war in space. Personally, a space war doesn't do anything for me.
I just saw a space war movie the other day. They just said a space war. But that's impossible. How can you have a space war without an army? If you have a lot of spacecrafts fighting with weapons, isn't that a space war? No, I don't think that's what they're doing. I sure hope not. In our lecture, they said that it was only considered to be a war when 2 nations were fighting. And all the nations came to an end over 120 years ago. Right, so it's only a war when a lot of people fight each other. And just how many people would you call a lot? Well, I don't really know. On the conservative side, I'd say about 1,000.
A new picture starring Evan Summer. First Wave. A love that carried them through the universe. Now playing to rave reviews.
Sheepone, aren't you an Evan Sommer fan? Sheepone, weren't you planning on seeing that film with Kota? Oh, now I get it. So we're just your backup plan. No, I never said that. That's all right. Don't try to make it up to us. Some girlfriends are always there for each other.
Wouldn't it be a good idea to set some rules like they have in sports?
Yeah, let's have some sports rules.
Time for a break. From what I gather, they don't seem to understand what war is about at all.
Of course not. What else would you expect? At this point in time, there isn't a single person on the planet Earth who's ever experienced a war before.
Yet we still have the weaponry.
Yes, perhaps, Hutter, but even angels carry bows. Whether or not the weapon is used depends solely upon the user.
Up until now, we all had a common enemy, which we called the Second Wave. However, now that that is gone...
The last time we came here, I got some discount coupons. Yeah, when you came here with Kota. Hey, stop denying you like him. Good afternoon, ladies. Welcome. Sorry to make you What are you doing, Yayoi? Why did you stop? I've got an idea, Sheepone. Why don't we go someplace else? Huh? I found this really cute cafe just the other day. But my discount coupons won't be any good. They only last till tomorrow. What do we have here? Sheepone, wait, don't go over there. I hope people
won't mistake us for lovers or anything.
I think at best they'd mistake us for a brother and sister.
You can be pretty cold-hearted. Oh, well, hello, Miss Cottesette.
Hi there. What's up? Anything wrong?
I was just wondering I was wondering how you are.
I'm doing fine. I'm just hanging out.
Okay, well, then in that case, has anything changed since I saw you?
No, everything's just fine.
Oh, that's great. So being that you feel just fine is sort of the same thing as a will to do something with courage, right? Sheepo, just calm down. I'm afraid that you're not making very much sense. So tell me, how did the monitoring go?
Oh, I don't have to start until 6 o'clock.
Then why couldn't you see a movie with me?
I thought it started at 6. If I went to the movie with you, I'd miss my shift.
Well, then fine. I'll just go to the movie by myself. Wait, Sheepone, what are you doing? Wow, she's fast. She says she's been working on her running lately. There's an example of maturity. Are you sure you don't want to go after her?
Well, you and I haven't finished our talk yet.
Oh.
When I get monitored every week, you also check to see that everything's okay with my health, right? So have you seen any abnormalities? Anything weird with my brain or vision?
Nothing abnormal. You're the very model of a healthy young man.
And that rules that out. At least now I know it's true that I'm not just seeing things.
And then Masaru decided to get me back by smearing hot curry sauce all inside my helmet. Oh, so they're back. Wow. When you look at it up close, you can see a laser pod attached to it. How cool. This is a man's dream come true.
Jojo, I really don't think
There's nothing to worry about. When the time comes, I'll protect you, even if it costs me my life. Hey, I'm just kidding.
Do you also think that losing your life in battle, that somehow that would be a cool thing too?
Huh?
The fact that we have Infinity is making the guys in the security force too bold.
It was a bad idea to have the Supreme Council meeting here on Stellvia. It made it look to them like we have special privileges.
What good would come from the Foundations fighting each other?
They're worried about who's going to be the one to seize the leadership. There's even some speculation that at the combined conference, the Akapusu and the El Santo were going at it fighting over control.
It's all such sectarianism.
If we're not careful, this could turn into a battle, the scale of which is no laughing matter.
I just can't imagine myself trying to stop those guys from fighting. But if Ren heard that, she'd probably laugh. Hey, what's the matter?
It's nothing.
Isn't it normal to say, I can't go to a movie, but how about we get some tea or something later on? Despite that, Kota just seems to be so, I don't know, Rina-chan. He just seems to be so unaware of the fact that he and I are supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. There he was, sitting at the restaurant. Huh?
A phone call addressed to Shima Katase has arrived. Would you like to view it now?
Oh, yeah, sure I would.
Hey there! It's Rina! How are you?
Oh, Rina-chan!
I finally made it to Ultima, but as it turns out, I have to turn around and come back to Stellvia again.
What?
All because of the disturbance the unidentified flying objects are causing. That's the reason.
We have decided to dispatch a convoy to take some of the residents from the Ultima back to the Stellvia. The staff has requested the cooperation of some of our students here on Stellvia. The members chosen are Kota Otoyama, Shima Katase, Ritsuo Shojin, Kent Austin, Ayaka Machida, Najima Geibu.
Oh dear, Shippon's late again.
I wonder if she's all right. She seemed totally shocked by the experience.
I hope we did the right thing by leaving her all alone like that.
Excuse me. Would you please pass me the sauce? Thanks.
Is it just me, or does the mood feel especially serious?
Serious?
Hey, everyone! I just got a call from Rina-chan. She's coming back. Oh, Shippone.
Welcome back, Shippone.
Sorry I'm so late. So, let's eat. I'm starving. Excuse me, one envelope with the phone, please.
So Rina-chan's coming back?
Because of the unidentified flying objects on Ultima.
But I thought that Rina-chan was just due to arrive on the Ultima.
Wow, so she has to turn around and come right back already?
Yes, that's why I thought we could. Yes, we'll have a welcoming party.
Great idea. She should be arriving here around April. Then we'll have to make some special spring food.
What do we do about decorating?
We'll need a certain kind of impact, something that says bang.
An explosion!
That could be kind of dangerous.
How about a costume party? What about a song or something? All of us could sing in a chorus.
So when Rina-chan comes in, we all sing together.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Jojo, you have to sing too.
Yeah, sure, okay. Sounds like fun. We'll all sing together, huh?
All right, sounds fun.
I wouldn't mind writing the lyrics for the song.
Okay, Pierre, you're on.
What about the
Okay, put it on the screen.
Hello, Mr. Shirogane. I haven't seen you in quite a while.
Yeah, not since we graduated, right? So you're the commander, huh? I never would have guessed.
Likewise. And isn't my upperclassman a teacher now?
We have a lot of responsibilities now, don't we?
Yeah, that's for sure. On a side note, it looks like some of the students here are saying that they want to make a courtesy call of sorts to you.
A courtesy call of sorts?
Welcome to the Freighter Gagarin 5.
Kent Austin, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? It looks like your team's roster's been shuffled around a bit. Where's Machida?
It's actually kind of a long story. Anyway, this is Shima Katase, but I think you've already met her.
Is something wrong with her?
She just lost a wager.
That's Kota Otoyama, our rookie miracle worker.
Nice to meet you.
But you know, your presence here means that Stellvia isn't the only place that works its students hard.
Well, unlike the Earth, Mars has confirmed the appearance of several unidentified flying objects in its surrounding area. We're busy fortifying defenses, so we could use any help we can get.
Defense, in other words, will become offense, regardless of the who and the how.
Now, Naji.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Shojin, wait. You wouldn't happen to know if those two are going out, would you?
Katase and Otoyama?
Who else would we mean?
Katase.
Yes?
These guys want to know if you're going out with Otoyama.
Yes!
It seems that they are.
By the way, would it be all right if we got a closer look at that secret weapon?
Secret weapon?
Come on, don't play dumb. That giant robot is connected to this vessel's stern, you know.
Is this a direct order from our superiors?
We'd like a chance to inspect it.
Commander Shirogane, sir. The students from the Odyssey are saying they'd like to inspect the Infinity. Will you allow it? All right, I understand, sir. He said he's fine with it, so would you like to take a look now?
I'm sorry about this.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Shima, there's no point in you just sitting here silently and waiting for her to reply to you. Why don't you try to relax? Then it wouldn't really feel like I was having a conversation with Rina-chan at all, would it? But that's no reason to sit and stare at the screen while waiting for an answer, wouldn't you agree?
Well, that's how Shima is. She can be pretty stubborn.
This is pointless given the time lag between us. Why don't the two of you just try to be quiet, okay? Oh, it's here! Isn't it though? My daughter's just so horrible when it comes to that. I mean, recently. Are you okay, Rina? I wonder what that was. Rina, what's wrong? Answer me, Rina! Are you still there?
That was the emergency alarm we just heard, wasn't it?
Will she be okay?
No response from Ultima via EM wave or laser.
Push up the scheduled rendezvous time with the Ultima, and contact the Clark as well.
Roger, sir.
Ah, damn it. Just when we were so close to getting there.
Where's Katase?
Still in the communications room. She won't listen to anything that I say, so...
You're already under her control, huh?
Huh?
Rina-chan's all right. I'm sure of it. Rina.
Commander. Commander.
What's wrong?
There's an object heading roughly toward our current position.
What is it?
We're confirming its identity right now, sir. It looks like... We have positive confirmation! It's the Ultima's residential block, sir!
Huh?
I'll get it on screen for you!
Has it been attacked?
Commander, look!
Bring us around and get us docked with it! Contact the Clark and tell them to continue on!
Roger!
Please continue to move forward in an orderly fashion. Remain calm, everyone. Excuse me. Please let us through. Excuse me. What in the world could have happened to them all? What could have caused all this? Rina, it's all right now. Try to get a hold of yourself, okay? Oh, there she is. Oh, thank goodness. Looks like you're okay. You are, aren't you? I was so worried. It's you. I thought that I
telling me exactly what's going on?
That's correct. The unidentified flying objects attacked us out of the blue.
They had never made any kind of direct contact up until this point. So why now?
We don't know. In any case, one of their units latched on, and it began to take control of the entire station. That's why we escaped. But the commander and heads of the science department are still...
Are you saying they're still there even now?
Yes. Well, they insisted on it. They said they had to finish their analysis of the astronomical phenomenon.
Are you talking about that string-shaped astronomical thing?
Yes.
What does all this mean exactly?
The Clark is ahead of us and sending these images. There are 2 units docked on the Ultima, and 3 units patrolling the area. We've confirmed 5 units of unknown origin in all. Presently, most of the people have escaped successfully, but there are still 5 people left on board, including Commander Roscoe. Your goal is to act in conjunction with the squadrons from the Clark, and allow my rescue ship to infiltrate the station. While we're recovering the last 5 crewmen left in the main block, you'll be drawing these 5 ships' attention away. The ultimate objective of this mission we're launching is to save lives. Avoid unnecessary combat with all your skill. Is that understood?
Roger!
What is it, Rina-chan? Why all the rush? I have a favor to ask you. Please tell Mr. Shirogane to take me on the mission with you. I'm begging you. My dad's one of the few still on board the Ultima. When I got evacuated, I swore I'd get him just as soon as I could, no matter what. And that's why... I understand, Rina-chan. But it's going to be dangerous, even if the Force members are all standing by. And in the first place, I'm afraid that there's no extra unit for you to pilot. But still! It'll be fine, Rina-chan. You can trust us. We'll be sure to rescue your father no matter what. So you ought to listen and have faith in the miracle ejected girl, okay?
Go ahead and launch the Infinity as well.
Roger.
The Infinity is ready to launch.
Launching now!
It's an unusually large piece, so it will take at least several hours to finish analyzing the entire thing.
Yes, I see. All I can say is do your best, however.
I understand.
A crevasse in space. The cosmic fracture. We must gather accurate data about this phenomenon, no matter what the consequences are. But there's no time left.
Commander, several objects are approaching us. We believe it's a rescue party.
They're finally here.
Members of the Odyssey team, I am Shirogane of the Stellvia, and I'll be leading this mission. It's an honor to be working with you.
It's an honor to work with you too, sir. Some of our team have stories about you, Commander Jinrai Shirogane.
Really? Okay, the mission details are exactly as we previously discussed.
Roger!
The Infinity will be our escort.
Understood, sir.
Those are the unidentified units we detected?
That's right. But don't speculate on their affiliation right now. Concentrating on the mission is your priority.
Roger!
Go!
I'm counting on you and your colleagues, Spears.
All right, then. It's time to start playing tag. No visible response whatsoever.
We're going in!
It's still not doing any good!
Stay focused. The mission has only just begun. For now, just continue with the original plan and don't let up.
Roger, sir!
Approach the unit that's attached to the Ultima, too. Roger!
Hey, things will be fine.
Second squadron! Third squadron!
We're going to follow them in too!
interest in little guys like us?
Spear! Think of the consequences of acting like a reckless lone gun!
But Commander, doing this is getting us nowhere! Commander Shirogane, given the rate we're at now...
What? Just say it!
Give the order to attack!
No! If they aren't moving, then that actually works to our advantage in this case. Continue your approaches just as you have been doing.
But sir!
Okay, now listen.
We're going to come in through their blind spot and try to get to their main block somehow.
I see.
Good. The primary purpose of our current mission is to rescue our friends. We aren't here to expose all you pilots to unnecessary danger. Stay calm and continue the interference.
Roger!
Mr. Shirogane sure is cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we're boarding the Ultima.
Roger.
Break away, on the double!
Understood, sir.
It's useless.
This is beyond frustrating.
If only the defense system were still under our control.
Commander, the work on the analysis has finally been finished.
Good.
All right, get ready to evacuate immediately.
Yes, sir.
Commander, there's still no change at all.
It doesn't look very likely that they're going to let us inside. All right, we're changing the mission strategy.
It looks like our usually docile opposition only starts to move when we try to make a run for the Ultima's airlock. Odd-numbered squadrons, do a feint and make it look like you're attempting to dock with the Ultima's other airlocks. Even if they are fast, there are only 3 of them. It's sure to confuse them, and it might give us a chance. The even-numbered squadrons will attack then. However,
all you have to do is threaten them.
Just make sure that you get those guys away from the Ultima.
That's right. The point of these attacks isn't to injure others. They're for saving people. For saving lives. Let's go do this!
Roger!
Yeah.
Okay, now! Fire! They did it! The Katie squadrons are driving all the enemy units away!
It seems we're saved.
Oh no, Spears! Hailing out!
Retreat! Run for it!
God damn it!
Their lives are all fading away.
Infinity, incapacitate the enemies! Cover our people's retreat!
You want us to fire at them and connect, right?
That's right!
Roger, sir. Understood. Let's do this, Shima.
Rapid fire mode for the blaster is fine, right?
Yeah.
All units, take advantage of the Infinity's attack and retreat at once!
Energy charging complete.
Locking on to the target.
I'll try to shorten the interval of the rapid fire shots.
It can't handle that much stress.
But if we aren't able to hit those ships somehow, then everyone's going to die!
Okay, Tatate and Otayama, we're down here and we're pulling out, so you two should retreat as well.
Jettisoning.
Take him away once his pulse stabilizes. Yes, ma'am. All right, everyone listen up for a second. Anyone that's relatively free, help us set up an emergency hospital room. Yes, ma'am!
Sorry, we came here to try and help, but then...
It's all right.
Please tell my wife that our vacation plans aren't looking so good.
Your wife will be so happy just knowing that you're well. All right? Do your best.
Right.
I'm afraid that the fleet
States organization was ill-prepared, but nevertheless, no one could have ever imagined that a real fight would have occurred there.
I know you didn't, and neither did I.
Yes, I know.
With the remaining firepower that we have, we're limited as to what we can do. It's gonna be an all-out battle. Get the students ready for a sortie, too.
I understand, Roger.
An all-out battle. It's easy enough to say.
We have to do the same. We have to put what we've learned into practice.
Are you sure it's all right to fiddle with it so much?
Sure, I'm just removing the unnecessary parts, that's all. I still have to make the system a little bit lighter, because it'll be meaningless if the information processing can't keep up with your reaction speed.
Let's make a promise that no matter what, we're gonna save Rena-chan's father and the others.
Okay, no matter what.
Hey! Wait a second down there! Please be sure to use the fittings from the Biancas this time, okay?
Are you sure you can do that?
Definitely, and the durability is higher. If you adjust the length, then it'll work perfectly, so please do.
If she says so.
All right. The Biancas...
M3 line.
Get that ready.
You certainly do understand this well.
Yeah, you have to when you're in a situation where you can't get supplies and maintenance to your satisfaction. The construction sites for all of the space stations are like that.
Miss Layla, didn't you used to be a pilot before all of this?
That's right. And quite an exceptional one, if I may say so. But I must admit, it ended at a point in time when I thought that I was excellent. I was pretty full of myself. I thought that I could do anything by myself.
How despicable, Miss Machida!
Here, let me see that place. There isn't much time. As it turned out in the end, I eventually got sent to a station in an undeveloped region of space. And I got demoted. An elite pilot sent back to the bottom. I lost my temper, got into fights, drank, and was depressed. And then one day, there was an accident on the space station. While I was able to save one person, dozens of others died. That's when I finally knew that a person's power is trivial. However, Machida,
It's no use. I'm afraid no matter how many times we try, we can't open the locks.
Yes, I see.
I wonder what they're planning to do next. They've succeeded in taking over all of our systems, however, they aren't trying to attack us.
We can't do anything if we can't get out. What the hell do they want from us? Perhaps it's the cosmic fracture. What'd you say? If it's possible that the enemy's goal is in fact the cosmic fracture, and they're allowing us to analyze the fracture's data right now, even as we speak, then their goal is...
number 3.
Yeah, completely erase it, okay? And the next one is...
Are you removing more of them?
Yeah, I'm removing all the functions we don't use very much. Why, are you worried?
No.
If Kota could fly Infi the way he flew his Bianca back then... Mom? What is it, Rena? I'm gonna try to do my best to help Miss Ren and the others this time. If I do you think that maybe Daddy will forgive me? It'll be alright. But I promised Daddy that I'd go and get him no matter what happened. And with all these injured pilots, I should probably help here. I mean, after all, I'm just a kid. It's so frustrating.
Hey, come on, hurry up, let's go!
Right!
The head of the maintenance staff just got mad at me.
Why? What did you say to him?
I just said that we wanted to help out since we're students here and all. And he said to me, right now you are all pilots, and you're about to head out on a sortie.
Standing by is your job, too. You have to be sure to rest.
Yes, exactly. Heading out on a sortie.
We haven't done this since the Great Mission.
That's true.
Except, this is a completely different thing.
All Hades have finished their preparations for launch. We are beginning our rendezvous with the Strelka.
They're preparing for battle. It's about to begin, isn't it?
You're not alone. I'm scared, too. Everybody involved is.
This is an all-out battle. All of the students will be sent out on sorties as well.
A time like this is the reason why they were brought here.
Yes, I realize that, but I still feel skeptical.
We'll just have to believe in them.
You're right about that. Layla, will you see to it that the generators are attached properly?
You got it.
Yo! Layla Balt!
Oh, Juno Mayo.
That's right, it's me, Juno Mayo, all right. Long time no see. How you been?
Who's this guy?
One of the best guys in the whole solar system when it comes to using manipulators.
Commander, please allow me to offer you my assistance. I won't be able to rest unless I'm of use to you.
You said manipulators?
Then there's the generators.
Thank you so much, Commander. I owe you one.
The feeling's mutual.
We appreciate it. We're counting on you, Juno.
I had heard that you became an instructor, but...
You heard right. I'm dealing with it somehow. So, let's get started with the meeting.
All right. There's not much time. Let's use that room over there.
We've been waiting for you. Things have gotten out of hand, haven't they?
I'll try to do my best. I wouldn't want to hold everyone back.
We're configuring the settings and attaching the parts at the same time. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
The sortie will be taking place in 1 hour as scheduled.
Roger. Will the Infinity be ready in time, Commander?
We'll get it ready in time. We'll conduct the briefing momentarily over here. Report back to me in 30 minutes.
Roger, Commander. We'll do everything we can.
That's amazing.
What are you talking about, Shima-chan?
There's only one person doing all the work to attach the generators to Inky.
What?
He's controlling 10 Beyondas and working the manipulators all at the same time.
Yes, that's right. He's a specialist who's able to operate as many as 20 Beyondas while doing manipulator work.
Oh, my.
Don't just stand there. Continue configuring the settings.
Roger, ma'am.
Juno, can you hurry it up a bit?
All right, I'll try increasing my speed by about 10%.
Great.
Okay, here we go. And as an added bonus, I upped it to 20%.
I hate to say this, but is Ayaka going to be able to do this?
I'd like to say yes.
Are you feeling doubtful about it?
We can't afford any mistakes. This isn't training.
Is this all right? Yeah, okay.
Tell me what the situation is.
The rescue mission is going to be starting in just a little while. Everything will be all right. We can trust in them.
That's right, you bet we can.
Now, please, you should rest for a while.
That's it, finished.
What's going on? It appears that all of the functions are coming back online.
We're able to open the hangar now as well.
Are they trying to tell us to run?
As you already know, your teacher is a member of the elite. She had taken the initiative and changed jobs at the construction site. There were a lot of rumors about her being demoted and sent away here. I even asked her, what's someone as elite as you doing in a place like this? But all she said was, I'm doing this because I want to do it.
The Ultima is suddenly accelerating. It's moving. Its purpose is unknown. The Ultima's acceleration isn't stopping.
Opening the launch gates.
I can't believe they do this 30 minutes before we launch.
There's a good chance it could be another ambush. What's the status?
We're still configuring the settings, but we should be able to maintain an effective speed.
Very good. I'm counting on you.
Yes, sir. If we set it to full throttle, it looks like it'll accelerate fast.
Right, I understand. I'll be careful.
Okay.
Let's not forget the purpose of this mission, which is to rescue lives. It caught us by surprise. But the enemy leaving the Ultima is a very good sign for us. Keep the enemy from moving with everything you've got.
Hello, Miss Matsuda. has been a while, hasn't it? Get a grip already.
Looks like these guys are preparing to be more proactive this time. They're about to attack. Be careful!
Get ready, Shima.
I'm ready. Excuse me, Kent.
Huh?
If it's all right with you, I'd like to handle the offense.
All right, you got it.
Thank you.
Okay, I understand. Let's try a different approach.
Keep going, just like that. We'll set them up and get their attention.
Listen to Ayaka. Let's try her strategy. Go for the gravity pocket.
Charge into a gravity pocket. And accelerate quickly.
Do it now.
Ayaka made it possible for us.
We're gonna make it this time.
Yes, we did it!
Oh, wow. The alien crafts are withdrawing from the Ultima?
You're right. I wonder what's going on.
This is U-236! U-236! We've successfully escaped from the Ultima! We confirm, U-236. Is everyone on board?
Yes, everyone's here. No one at all was left behind on the Ultima.
Roger. That means the mission's over. All units withdraw from the front immediately. Roger. Roger. Roger.
It's no use. I can't control it.
Oh no, they saw through it. Oh dear, the Ultima is...
My God, the Ultima has vanished.
I'm so happy to see you, Dad.
Welcome back, Ayaka. Welcome back.
It's very nice to join you all once again.
I see. So you saw it too, Shima-chan?
Yeah. I was certain that it had to be your vision, Kota, because it felt so similar to me.
I know what you mean. I've been seeing that since we started the tests. Someone out there is watching us very closely. It's felt that way the whole time.
Originally, it was Shihon's idea for Rina-chan to celebrate her coming back from the Ultima. Thanks, it was really great, especially after that playing the part of the prince. Now, let us dance, princess. That is...
Wasn't it hard to find time for everyone to practice?
It sure was, thanks for asking.
Yeah, I worked so hard that I failed introductory aviation.
Oh no, did you really? There's no connection between us practicing and you failing.
Yeah, that class was easy.
But I passed telecommunications training instead.
Well, that's surprising.
Surprising?
Yeah.
You know what I mean. I set the record for speed and extravehicular maintenance.
And I got my license for 2 different kinds of heavy equipment.
And I learned how to master the cakes at Early's Bakery.
Wow. All your accomplishments are incredible.
Well, 80 days have passed since we last saw you two.
Time flew by so fast. It's been 80 days already in just the blink of an eye.
That's almost 3 months. Speaking of which, how were your 80 days?
Well, you see, what happened up on the Ultima is considered to be classified, so we're not really allowed to talk about it. But I have some good news. While we were there, we made up with Miss Machida, and you should have seen how great Miss Layla was.
Well, not that. I'm talking about Kota.
Huh?
You were able to spend 80 days with him up there without being bothered by any of us.
So, how did it go?
Don't tell me that you two went so far you can't even talk about it.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, now tell us more.
Hey, shut up. It's the same. Nothing's different from how it was before we left.
Everything's the same?
Knock it off.
What is it?
By using a very effective and unknown method, the unidentified flying objects were able to move the Ultima into the cosmic fracture. This most likely also accounts for their ability to appear at will by utilizing the same means and methods.
It seems that they were then able to put the Ultima's gravity control systems into overload, subsequently producing a tiny degenerating micro black hole. Of course, a black hole of that size is unstable, so it immediately evaporated. And as it disappeared, it gave off a burst of X-rays.
The dimensional vibrations caused during this event interfered with the cosmic fracture, which then reduced the speed of its advance to just 1/35th of what it had been. Therefore, the fracture will arrive in our solar system in 100 days, beginning 3 days ago. By current calculations, that's approximately 60 days from now.
What's predicted to happen when the fracture arrives here? Could we be swallowed up by the tear?
We are currently investigating the effects the fracture will have on the solar system, but we lack any real data at this time.
So, after the wave will come to Hemo?
Are you implying that the unidentified flying objects actually saved us?
The advance has definitely been slowed down.
We've only just finished the great mission, and yet here we are.
Well, in any case, the fact remains. We still need information. Correct information.
Really, Rena-chan? You're not going to stay at Sheepums in her room?
No, not this time. I'm going to be staying with my mom and dad. We've got a great house in the S5 district.
Wow. Next time, can we come hang out at your place?
Yeah, sure you can. You'll have to come for some cake and tea. My mom makes the best cake. You better think twice about having them over. They just might eat up all of your dessert, too.
What?
Where are you going? Our next class is in the B3 room. Oh, yeah. I completely forgot to tell you what happened. Huh? I decided to make a change over to the maintenance course, so we have different specialty classes from now on. You're not in my class anymore? When I tried my hand at maintenance, it was a lot more fun than being a pilot. Well, it's true that you are really good at maintenance, Arisa. I am good, right? Right? Arisa, you better hurry up or you're gonna be late. We're practicing engine maintenance, too. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Wait for me. Did you do the homework? Of course I did. Then will you teach me later?
Seriously, that was a meaningless meeting. The only thing they confirmed is that they don't know anything at all.
Well, that's also important. There's value in knowing what you do and do not know.
Oh, really? So would that be the knowledge of ignorance itself?
Yes, exactly. The knowledge of ignorance. I wasn't prepared to discuss my personal view at the meeting, but I must say that I have my own thoughts about the unidentified flying objects.
Let's hear it.
My feeling is they could be an organized group of intelligent aliens. Check, Mr. Hutter. Do you think aliens might look anything like they do in the comic magazines?
No, I don't. However, that's an interesting deduction.
Their design lines, for one, as well as their varying advanced technologies, appear to be quite different from that which we currently have on Earth.
I see.
I'm curious about those strange sounds that were observed during the Ultima's explosion. I'm beginning to believe that it could be a form of communication.
There's also a chance it could be a disguise.
That's a possibility, but don't you think it would be a bit arrogant to assume we are the only beings in the entire universe who possess intelligence? And on that note, checkmate.
Huh? Hey, Akira! Over here! So what's that? Is it Shippon? But why? Over there. You see, Akira and Jojo are going out. They what? They're going out together? Quiet, you're being too loud, Shippon. Yui. Are you sure? Apparently, she's been fond of Jojo since the first time they met. I didn't know. Wow, I can't believe how much everything can change around here in only 80 days. Things can change a lot.
Miss Fujisawa? I was just informed that there aren't going to be enough cakes for the ceremony.
By how many?
They said that we're going to need 150 more.
150 more? That's right. I'm in charge of organizing the regular students' graduation party.
That's great, Yayoi!
It is customary for Stellvia students to run the school's social events, just like when the regular students threw their welcoming party for us. It's time for us to plan a party for the new students.
So does that mean that you're one of the big four of the preparatory students now?
No, it's nothing that grandiose, really. I thought we planned on making an extra 10% just in case.
It looks like we didn't factor in enough for the students' families.
Would you see if there's any way we can place an additional order with the bakery? And what about the fireworks? How are they coming along?
Great. My big sister said everything's fine.
Thank you. That's a big help.
Tony was looking for you. He said that he wanted to discuss the schedule.
I can't believe how much everything has changed in only 80 days. I better be prepared to do my best, too.
We only have 60 days left. We know far too little about these aggressive, unidentified flying objects, and the same thing applies to the cosmic fracture. Because of that, we were able to assure the Council that we'd have another conference once we had a chance to gather more information.
And you'd like to use Infi to gather that information?
Can we count on you, Kota?
Yes, of course, but if I do the work by myself...
We're getting someone prepared now to be your support operator. We have an excellent recruit from headquarters in mind who will team up with you well. Even still, getting acclimated to the DLS takes time for anyone.
I have an idea, sir. If I may, I'd really like to recommend Miss Shimakatase for the mission.
I see, but isn't she still a preparatory student?
Yes, sir, and so am I. Everything will be just fine if I'm with Shima-chan.
Please put in number 3 and number 6.
Take care of modifying the alpha later.
Backup module goes in from the lab. The lab.
I wonder if it'll be all right with me as support operator.
It'll be fine, Shima-chan.
How's it going, you two?
Everything's satisfactory.
I'm afraid that I can't really tell for sure yet.
It's basically the same thing as it was before. Try taking a look now. We've made the system a bit more sensitive for observations. So initially, it may appear to you as if you're seeing too much information all at once.
It'll be all right. If that starts to happen, then I'll just close one eye.
Just try not to close both your eyes.
Okay, Shima-chan, if you're ready, we can begin at level F.
Okay.
All set, please begin. We're starting from level F. Now, skip the initialization sequence. Okay, nothing's really changed here, so in this case, it'll work out fine. Let's try some minor movements. We're going to begin at the highest point of Type 12, all right, Shima-chan?
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have some time for a while. The Katies have been collected and their engines are being exchanged. Exchanged? Are they going to increase their output? Probably, so they'll be able to move alongside Infi. Will the Katies be escorts? Yes, I imagine so. I see. Ayaka. Please take care of Shippon. If you don't mind. Her skills excel far beyond those of any average student. Even mine, for that matter. That's not it. Huh? There may have been times when she's been discouraged, but I'm beginning to think that Shippon is going to hit the wall soon. The inevitable unseen wall of the South.
It was your first time, that's all. Once you get used to it, it'll be easy. Hey, I heard that Masaru is planning to go over to Rina-chan's place to hang out with her on the 17th of this month. I hope that you're okay with that.
Sure. I just hope that we'll be able to complete this mission before that time comes.
Otoyama, can I see you for a second?
Sure. I'll see you later. Take it easy and get some rest.
I can't do this like Kota can. No, stop it! If I get depressed now, I'll just go back to being how I was before. If at first you don't succeed, then try again, as they say. Oh, it's you, Akira. Are you gonna use the simulators too? How about we go together? Are you going there? Or maybe you're going to meet up with Jojo. Well, in that case, then I'll just...
That's not it. I don't have any of the ability that you and Kota have. I'm not nearly as skillful as you are. I'm no genius.
That's not true. I'm not a genius at all, Akira.
Oh, really? Well, first you win in the Astro Ball tournament, and then you were chosen to be a pilot for Infi. It seems you can jump over walls so easily that I work my hardest to barely overcome. We've gotten to a point where the two of us can't even be compared anymore. And that's why... I'm no genius.
Why would
she say that? I'm not a genius either.
Rena-chan, I didn't really have any reason to call. I just wondered if we could talk for a while.
Rena, who's that?
It's Shippo. You know her, remember, Dad? The cake will be finished pretty soon.
Good. Maybe I'll need your piece too since you're talking on the phone.
What? You big meanie, Daddy. I hope it makes you big and fat. Are your friends coming here to visit on the 17th? Oh, yeah. That's right. I don't want an uncle dad. I don't like that idea.
Rena-chan, I'm sorry to bother you. I'll call back later, okay?
You being officially chosen as one of Enfy's pilots. Congratulations! As your best friend, let me be the first to say I'm proud of you.
Who did you hear that from? It was supposed to be a surprise. I was thinking that I'd keep it quiet and tell you about it later.
I can't believe what an incredible person you've become, Shippon. It's quite the accomplishment. Although I must admit you don't really look like such an incredible person.
Actually, I don't really feel like such an incredible person either.
Here you go. Shippon, if you ever have a problem, you can always tell me. Except when it comes to piloting Enfy, which is nearly impossible. But I'll still do what I can to help. I'll do your homework, answer your roll call, anything. You have incredible talent, Shippon. So listen to your best friend. I guarantee it. I'm here whenever you need me. I want you to have the chance to become a wonderful pilot.
Cleanup of A-Block's airspace has been confirmed. All green.
Roger. We have passed 3 hours until the mission begins. All department leaders, please report your situation.
Leave everything from Phase 54 to Otoyama. You know the procedure for 115 is ended up backwards.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the matter? Are you feeling a little nervous?
Yeah, a little.
I see. Well, it's better to be a little nervous than a lot. Having a moderate amount of stress is...
Excuse me, may I ask you a question? I've heard that this position is going to be a really important one related to the safety and future of all humanity. Are you sure it's all right to give me such an important mission?
I have to admit that I was surprised as well, that our own Shima Katase would be able to come this far. But a whole new age is coming soon, and it is going to be a new era for us all. So thank you, Katase. I didn't begin this job simply because I wanted to. But deep in my heart, I know where I'm meant to be, and I'm glad I became a teacher. We're all counting on you.
Yes, I know. Hey, Shima-chan, sorry I'm late. I'll start with Phase 11 immediately.
Wait a minute, Kota. I'm not sure about all of this. I have no confidence at all.
I know what you mean. I don't either. Can you believe the future of mankind will be decided by the information that we gather? That's way too much responsibility.
No, wait, that's not what I mean at all.
Don't worry. The responsibility belongs to the people who work above us. All we have to do is complete the mission that we've been given.
Phase 10 has been cleared. Is it possible to begin Phase 11?
Go ahead. Entering Phase 11.
Roger. Beginning phase. Monitor number 1, on.
Monitor number 1, on.
Please begin the DLS.
I'm beginning the DLS now.
Hurry up, run faster, guys! We're so late!
Okay, then why don't you just run ahead of me?
Because we're going to see them all together!
120 seconds to go. 115. 75. 70. 50. 45.
Over there!
You made it in time. Fire!
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The launch is successful.
The Infinity is beginning its acceleration. It will be arriving in the observation area in 180 minutes.
Open the DLS.
Roger, sir. I am opening the system now. I can see it. I can see the brilliance of it.
The brilliance of it?
You can see it too, right, Shima-chan?
What is this?
And Pierre went with Daichan to the movie, and of course it was a romantic film, so just the two of them went to see Passionate Andalusia.
Hey, did something bad happen during the mission? Not really.
That's a lie.
It's true.
Then why didn't you eat a single bite of food at dinner tonight?
I was full.
Then why are you eating a bunch of Kampeito right now? Something happened, didn't it? Tell me.
You wouldn't understand, Arisa.
How do you know that's the case unless you tell me about it, Sheephole? I don't know. You honestly don't know? No, I do. Well, which is it then? Fine. Do what you want then.
And then, all of a sudden, she just started crying. She kept crying like that through the whole mission. I was so confused.
Do you have any idea why?
I haven't got a clue. I just don't get it at all.
Well, girls are pretty complicated creatures. We're not going to tolerate letting you boys get a handle on us, you know.
Hey, boys can be complicated too, you know.
I wonder.
Didn't you say so yourself recently?
Don't you realize that's what makes you so simple, Kota?
What does that mean?
I'm surprised. I thought that Shima would understand that about you, too.
Huh?
And then the heroine, she goes, I can't believe this. I hate you.
What for? They kissed, didn't they?
Yeah, but she said she hated him.
Maybe the subtitles translated the line wrong.
This wasn't an old movie that we saw. It didn't have any subtitles.
Well, then why did she say that?
Well, like we were saying.
It's a good thing that you didn't go with Milady then, isn't it?
Why is that?
Because if your impressions of the movie were different, then you'd disappoint your date, right?
Whoa, is that really true?
If someone told me that Dave liked the heroine that I didn't like at all, that'd be the worst. What is it?
That movie we saw the other day. Was it fun?
Ooh, so the two of you saw a movie, huh?
For real? What movie did you see?
You shouldn't be watching perverted movies, you know. I hate you, Jojo.
What? Then that means it really wasn't fun for you.
You're already done with the graduation roll? That's actually faster than when we did it. It's thanks to the advice we've gotten from all you regular students. No, you prep students this year are just top-notch.
Wow!
It's Stellvia.
It's huge! The cake gets put onto this papier-mâché model. It's almost kind of like a wedding cake, really. I heard a giant cake would be at the graduation ceremony, but still.
So that's why they always use this. Wow. Huh?
Surprised you, didn't we?
Yeah. Honestly, you scared me half to death.
Wait a minute, Kit was in on this too?
That's right. This is an annual school tradition here at Stellvia.
Now be sure to carry on this tradition next year, too, okay, guys?
We'll be sure, all right.
Hey, let's use a light or something when it's our turn to do this.
But setting up the lights for this year's party comes before that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did something happen? Huh? I noticed that you were forcing yourself to smile earlier. Oh, really? You knew I was, huh? What's the matter, Yoyoi? I just wanted to get along with everyone, so I pretended, that's all. Huh? Because I already knew about the surprise from before. I was in charge of the graduation ceremony 2 years ago as well. Please don't misunderstand, though. I just had problems smiling back there. Honestly, that's really all it was. Oh, come on now. There hasn't been anyone around in 200 years who's experienced war.
Even so, that doesn't mean that it was all right for us to lose, and in the end, we still don't know who the enemy is either.
You pulled off the evacuation battle successfully, so I wouldn't call it a loss at all. And the enemy's identity will be revealed soon enough using the data Infi brought back from the last mission. But you know, Otoyama's senses were ultimately beyond anything we imagined, and even if Katase's aren't as good, it still can be said that she's impressive as well as outstanding.
That's the whole point. That's what's so pathetic about it. To go so far as involving the students, and I wasn't able to do anything about it.
This side of you is really cool, Jinrai. I like it.
You really think so?
Mm-hmm. It's the first time I've ever thought of falling for you.
Hey, wait a minute. Then what have you been thinking about me until now?
Hey, how'd you like to go out and have a drink with me tonight?
But didn't Layla just say that she had something to do tonight?
That's all right. We can go out by ourselves every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm not nearly as skillful as you are. I'm no genius.
What did you want to discuss?
Did something happen between you and Shippon?
No, not really.
Are you sure? Is that the truth?
Nothing happened at all, and that's why I'm mad at her.
Huh?
But thanks for your concern anyway. That was nice of you. It sure is unusual for you to be worried about things like this, Akira. Stuff like this is usually Yayoi's specialty, if you know what I mean.
But I might be the cause of this situation.
Huh?
The other day, before she went out on the mission, I ended up saying that I wasn't a genius like her. That it was tough to be around her.
Why would you say something like that?
You just
don't say those things! What would you have done if Sheephone had had an accident because of what you said?
Sorry.
Sorry just doesn't cut it. You ought to know firsthand how hard she's trying. It isn't like she got that good by doing nothing at all.
I know how hard it was, but I was feeling so frustrated when I saw her. Sheephone is doing her best, and I am too. But the results are so different. She got to join the adults on the mission, while I'm stuck floating somewhere in the middle of the prep student rankings.
Isn't that just you being jealous? Making Sheephone feel bad is beyond selfish. And why are you telling me this anyway? The right thing to do would be to explain it to her. It's not fair for you to run away from such an important thing.
You could never never understand, Arisa.
Wait, what do you mean exactly?
How could someone who ran away from the pilot rankings ever understand? You're just a mechanic, but I won't run. Even if I never catch up to Shipone, I won't ever give up on being a pilot.
I didn't run away. I'd call taking out your pent-up frustrations on Shipone running away. That's the coward's way out!
I'm home, Akira, and I was given a cake, so why don't you and I eat it together? Did something happen?
No. That was close. No! Oh, man, I lost again. Yeah, the door's already open.
You're the one who suggested coming up here, Akira, so go on in. Hey, I have a cake here, and I was thinking that maybe we could have some together. Shipone, you'll have some too, won't you? I got it from the place that's baking the cakes for the graduation party. It's okay to take some of the extras like these, don't you agree? Oh, if I'm not mistaken, you're fond of cream puffs, right, Shipone?
That's okay.
The ones they make are delicious. They're even recommended by Pastry Master Dai.
Just leave me alone.
I can't leave you alone when everybody's so worried about you. Something happened, right, Shipone? I can't guarantee that I'll be of any help. But you might feel a little better if we discuss it. They do say all secrets eventually come out into the light, don't they?
I'm different.
What?
I'm with everyone, but I'm the only one who's different. I'm different from Kota, too. I'm the only one standing in a different place. It seems I'm the only one living in a different time.
I know the feeling. You're all supposed to be there together, but everyone else is different. And it somehow feels like you're in your own world on the other side of a mirror. But there you are with everybody else, so it's hard on you.
You know everything, don't you, Yayoi?
What?
You do. After all, you're an adult, aren't you? You know exactly what I'm worried about, and just about everything else, too.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
But I just can't do it, Yayoi. I can never be like you. Because after all, I'm just a kid. Shipone, enough! This is really low of you. She's your friend. She's worried about you, and you're treating her like dirt.
Arisa, stop yelling. This was my fault at first.
Just be quiet, Akira. Shipone is the one who's totally at fault right now. There is what Akira did, but Shipone should be the first to apologize.
Arisa, please, I don't think that's necessary.
Say something, Shipone! Quit sticking your nose in this! I'm your friend! Of course I'm sticking my nose in it!
Stop it, Arisa. I assumed that I understood her feelings, so it's my fault and not hers. You're wrong, Yayoi. I'm the one at fault.
I can't take this anymore! Shipone!
Stop! Are you trying to be her mother now or something?
When your friend does something wrong, you should try to give her advice.
Well, it looks like you are her best friend after all. Let's leave her alone. I think the best thing for us to do right now is to give her some time to cool off. And to give ourselves some time as well.
What's going on here, guys?
I don't know. Do you know anything about all this, Rina-chan?
Things like this sometimes happen between girls. It's normal.
Honestly, things like this?
Shipone, I just wanted to...
You're kidding, right?
No, it's true.
Miss Fujisawa, is everything all right there?
Sorry about this. I'm just feeling a little bit tired. Hey, is something bothering you?
It's just this and that, really.
Arisa Glennorth? I would like to discuss something with you if you're free.
So, what's on your mind?
Since you're Miss Katase's best friend, I thought that I should inform you about this incident that occurred the other day.
Huh?
Something happened during the mission she recently participated in. At the time, they were taking advantage of the new DLS. With the DLS, you can control everything just by thinking. And the data that can be analyzed increases 100 times over.
Whoa!
But the number of people who are actually able to use it are in fact extremely limited. Out of the entire human race, Mr. Otoyama and Miss Katase are the only ones who have this ability.
Out of the entire human race? Wow! Shipone and Kota really are amazing, no doubt about it!
That's true. Miss Katase really is amazing. But that's only the case when you're talking about her skill at piloting spacecraft. Nevertheless, as I was saying, during the mission she was crying in the cockpit. It turns out that she cried for 6 hours straight.
She cried for 6 hours straight? But what was the reason?
Perhaps she realized the difference in level between herself and Mr. Otoyama. I'm told there were some things that he was able to see that Miss Katase simply could not.
So it's because she couldn't compare?
No, that wasn't the reason. I'm certain of at least that much. It could be that she felt she was being left behind by the one she loves. Not being able to be in the same place as him. Not understanding him.
A completely starry sky. But all of these stars that appear to be fashioned in clusters together can, in actuality, exist galaxies apart. People are the same way. Even when it seems they're in exactly the same place, they can, in fact, be far apart. People are ultimately alone, aren't they? And that is precisely why they all desire to know one another.
It's empty. It's often said life has its ups and downs, right? I'll be able to get back up again, won't I?
It's no use. I just can't seem to concentrate at all.
Hi, is Sheepon there by any chance?
No, she's not around here.
I see. Hey.
What is it?
I'd like you to tell Sheepon that I'm waiting for her to get here so we can start eating. Bye.
Bye.
Miss Katase? No. Should I call if I see her? Could you do that? I think she'll come back soon, though. Okay. See ya. See ya. Welcome home. I heard what happened, that you had been crying for 6 hours straight during the mission. Akira was worried too. She thought it might be her fault. You know, all I wanted the other day was for you to tell me about it. I might not understand everything, but please just talk to me. I want to understand you, Sheepon. There's no way that you could. You, Kota, Yayoi, Akira, and everyone else, you aren't me. There's no way that you can understand. So just leave me alone. There's no way I can leave you alone.
Weren't you working on preparations for the graduation ceremony?
No, I was just wandering aimlessly.
Just wandering aimlessly?
Well, I thought that it might take my mind off of things, but it looks like it didn't really work. So what brings you here, Akira?
Same reason, I guess. I wasn't able to focus that well either.
It looked like you were going to run out soon, so I
got some more too.
It seems we were all thinking the same thing. Hey, dummy, don't cry. Don't cry.
Shima-chan. I don't know what I can say to help you.
Hello there, Sheepon. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Sheepon, why don't we stop by Ashel on the way home from school today? After all, I am a child. Anyway, it's their fault for working all the time. It's just for a while. You should try to be more patient. But I'm tired of being patient. Coming. They
Thank you so much for always feeding her.
Oh, it's nothing. The ice cream's cheap stuff, so it's really no problem. Lisa, please. Come see us again. Okay.
I know.
Huh?
How would you like to have a party this Sunday? You can invite all of your friends if you'd like to.
Really, Mom?
Of course. And I believe your father's going to have that day off from work, too.
Ah! I'm so happy. Let's have a party.
Atomic disassembly? Just for being touched by the cosmic fracture?
According to the simulation, yes.
What a horrible thing this is.
This Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, Shipon and Arisa said they can come.
I'd love to. Sounds good to me. I'll be there, too.
What about Pierre and the other guys?
I haven't asked them yet.
No worries, then you can just leave it up to me.
Great. Thanks for all your help.
Are they under an order of silence or something?
Even though they were that open during the second wave?
That's true, but somehow things feel a little different this time around.
It's because of the cosmic fracture.
The whole thing seems to be pretty troublesome, doesn't it?
We'll have to wait for the Supreme Council meeting.
Excuse me.
Huh? A party?
It's our way of showing gratitude for what happened on Ultima.
Well, thank you, but I don't think we really did anything worth being thanked for. But that's very kind of you. We'll be happy to come to your party. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Then it's official. We'll all be there.
That's great. I'll let them know.
It looks like Miss Cactusay has regained her confidence.
Yeah, so it seems.
Yes, thank goodness.
I'm so happy for her.
So there are no mistakes in the calculations?
No, sir.
So the first planet to make contact with it will be us here on Pluto.
The cosmic fracture seems like a Calabiao space that's opened up.
I'd like those theories to be put into practice in some other solar system.
Yeah, no kidding, I agree. So, what do you want to do for lunch?
I'm having fast food today.
Well, don't work too hard. See ya.
Okay.
Mind if I sit with you?
You have to give up your lunch break? Wow, monitoring the DLS must be a hard job.
Well, it's not that bad.
But you can make it to the party, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent. That means everyone can make it.
And now the question is who's going to be escorting who? Well, you can come with me. All right, enough of that. Are you going with Akira?
Yeah, of course I am.
Oh, it's so frustrating not having a date.
Miss Ayaga and the others said they're coming. How exciting. That means everyone's coming. Did you say everyone? Everyone said yes. Kota's coming too. Oh, I see.
We have been left with only 2 months. This is the greatest crisis in our history. The governor of the Akupusu is going to be attending the meeting as well.
Oh, really, Professor Turner? Even if he used to be a prominent figure during the Great Mission, he's old news now. This is our era. Another way to put it is that this crisis is our perfect chance.
That way of thinking is so like you, Wagner.
Professor Turner, is that you?
Well, I never thought that we would see you here all alone.
I've never been much for such grandiose things. I don't know if there's really a role here for an old fool such as myself. So, Oriana, it appears that you're going to be the chairman for this meeting. Are you ready to show me your skills?
Yes, sir.
It'll be on this Sunday?
Yep, this Sunday afternoon.
Well, my meeting should be done by then. I might be able to make it home for tea.
You can join us anytime. As long as you show up at all, it still counts.
Well, I'll do my best.
I wonder what kind of present we're supposed to bring. A nice cold drink right after a hot shower is simply the best. Arisa, I'm talking about the present. That's right, the gift. It's not a good idea for us to show up empty-handed. That wouldn't be very nice. I wonder if something like a move-in gift would be all right. A move-in gift, really? What did you have in mind? Maybe some hand towels? Oh, now remember to actually talk to Kota. Yeah, okay.
Excellent. Good work.
Oh, thanks. It's a lot of research.
Are you sure everything's going to be all right at the meeting this weekend?
Yeah. The complete details of the fracture summary have already been distributed to us in a written report. That way, each of the foundations can have a sufficient amount of time to prepare themselves. I'm looking forward to Sunday.
It certainly is a magnificent view.
Yes. I'm afraid the second wave can't even begin to be compared to this current crisis. It's the single greatest crisis in the history of all humanity.
That's true, but no need to make such a big deal out of it.
We will now begin the Emergency Supreme Council meeting. Technical Officer Kazumatsuri, please begin.
Hello there, guys.
Well, hello to you, too.
Please, come in.
Your place is so nice and quiet.
They said that there wasn't enough room for us in the residential section. It's almost as if we were lucky to have the Ultima get blown away.
That's a pretty radical thing to say.
It's all right. Everyone's speaking their mind these days.
You can say that again.
All present, please stand in a straight line and show your respect to the Big Four.
Good afternoon, Big Four. Good afternoon.
That was very tidy.
What do you mean by tidy?
It used to be a term for a national ceremony, but, well, in other words, it means well done.
Oh, I see. Hey, Kota, what are you doing just standing there? Come over here, man. Oh, okay.
According to our theories on the Great Emo, we think that there may actually be 6 more dimensions separate from the 4 that we are already able to confirm. They are rolled up in Calabi-Yau spaces that are 10 to the negative 35th power meters, and they are closed off.
So those are the exact dimensions inside of those Calabi-Yau spaces, correct?
Yes, there's probably no mistake in seeing the cosmic fracture as being made up of those 6 dimensions wide open.
Does that mean a tear in space-time?
3 billion kilometers? Superdimensional space, I can't imagine it.
There's so much to choose from, and it's all delicious.
And everything's homemade courtesy of my mom. Would you like to take some home with you?
Yes, please.
I sure wish he'd come home soon.
Those 2 were certainly surprising. That's true. They sure were. So, is everything all right with you and Miss Kata-sen? It's nice that you could be here at the party.
What's the matter, Shipon? I don't know, but doesn't Kota seem kind of sad? I hope it's all right that we're all here. Later. We gotta cook this quickly. I'm sure everyone must be starving by now. I wanted to thank you personally for all you've done for the Ultima.
Oh, no, that's okay. We didn't really do anything unusual. Is Officer Kazumatsuri at the Supreme Council meeting?
Yes.
Speaking of which...
You must be referring to the cosmic fracture.
The cosmic fracture itself possesses its own gravitational fields, and when it passes by bodies of high mass, like the Sun and the various planets, it is certain to change the orbits of that matter in order for it to make contact with them.
In other words, what you're saying is that it's certain to come into our solar system.
What effect will it have when it makes contact with us?
The surface boundary of the material that it touches will be collapsed on the atomic level and destroyed.
What's expected to happen when it makes contact with a fixed star?
We know there are no exceptions. Due to a collapse on the atomic level, the nuclear fusion reaction of the fixed star will become more violent and create a supernova. In other words, the cause of Hydrus Beta's explosion was the fracture making contact with it. And it can also be said that both the first and second waves were actually nothing more than forerunners of what's expected to follow next. Except this time, the solar system will be destroyed.
In a situation like this, isn't the boy the one who's supposed to talk to the girl first?
Well, I've been thinking about talking to her, but I don't really know how. Making a girl cry is pretty bad, isn't it?
It wasn't your fault, was it?
I hope not. What would be the right thing to do?
Who knows?
Wait, what do you mean?
Sorry, but I'm not very good with these kinds of things either. I guess that's not very much help to you right now.
But I thought you'd know what to do. You seem like the best person I could think of to go to get some good advice.
I'm so sorry I couldn't have been more help to you, Kota.
But you know, just talking about it this much has already made things seem a little easier.
It has?
It sure has.
Well, that's good to know.
As I see it, the greatest problem we now face is our time constraint.
Right. When will the data finish being analyzed? And when will the basic countermeasures be considered?
First of all, I'd like for us to make some progress on our evacuation plan. Because if our calculations from their orbits are correct, then the first planet it'll come into contact with will be ours, Pluto.
We're already past the 2-month mark till it arrives in our solar system. If we don't begin considering defense plans soon, we won't make it in time.
If we don't allay the fears of the citizenry, then we won't be able to utilize our intelligence efficiently. How the evacuation should be executed is an essential discussion point.
If we have at least a week, we can complete an evacuation.
Please refrain from making disorderly comments, everyone.
the solar system will be destroyed.
As it turns out, my bad feelings are right on the mark.
This time there's no 189-year postponement. Just 2 months.
Even still, I'm sure that we can overcome this, just like we have until now. No matter the time, no matter what it is, there's always a chance.
What about the Great Wall?
A barrier that's made up of gravitational fields will simply pull the fracture in, won't it?
Just as you've been telling us all along, it appears the Great Wall is powerless against the cosmic fracture.
I believe that using physical power in this case is not a mistake. After all, its speed was reduced by the explosion caused by the gravitational collapse of the Ultima.
Indeed. It's by no means an adversary we can't deal with.
What would you say to creating a black hole, like in the case of the Ultima, which we experienced earlier? However, this time it would have to be on a much larger scale.
We've already tried to calculate that.
It seems impossible.
Yes.
I wonder if there's a chance the father won't make it.
I was wondering the same thing.
Wow, that looks delicious.
Sure does. They were all handmade by Miss Natasha just for the party.
Then I propose that we establish work groups where we can discuss our particular cases.
I have no objections.
Do you have objections to moving so slow?
Obviously, this is a race against time.
Are you suggesting we abandon Pluto?
I understand how you feel, but shouldn't we be thinking of the entire solar system and what happens from here on?
This isn't a case of ego or power plays.
I'm just trying to state the facts.
I would like to move to withdraw.
Silence! Please be silent! The first and foremost thing we need to consider is how to fight this thing.
Yes, that's right! Evacuation is meaningless!
That's right! That's too extreme. It's completely unreasonable.
There's no other way to survive except to defend the solar system.
We have to be certain on every point.
All we have to do is reverse calculate how best to use the 2 months that we now have left. Here, that's right. There's only 2 months left to go, people.
Both laying the groundwork for things and heckling? Well, they certainly are easygoing.
It's your turn next, Rena-chan.
If you lose, you have to play a penalty game.
That's right, which means a date with me.
Hey!
No way, Pierre.
Am I really that unpleasant?
That's just about right, being it's a penalty game.
Hey, give me a break.
Just be careful.
Chairman, I'd like to suggest that we move forward in deciding what needs to be done first.
I'm opposed to that. For such a delicate matter as this, mathematical logic is not appropriate.
The existence of the entire solar system is on the line.
That's right.
This is no time to be wasting time.
Hello there. It's me, Rena-chan. Father, be sure to come home quickly, okay? You promised you would. I'll be waiting.
Will someone explain what this is all about?
Kazumatsuri.
I have a young daughter, just one daughter, who I adore with all my heart. When I'm able to be at home, she follows me everywhere I go. And even though she's about to turn 13 years old this year, I still can't help but spoil that child rotten.
This is an outrage. What are you saying, man?
Let us remind you, this is a serious meeting, sir. That's right.
Get out of here!
Leave!
Listen, everyone! All I want to do right now is to protect my daughter's future! That girl is my treasure. If it wasn't for the sake of my daughter, then I would willingly throw my own life away. We must make the cosmic fracture powerless to us, no matter what. I'm going to protect my daughter's future. There are 2 months left. There are only 2 months. There is much to do, but there is no time to be arguing.
The road of the stars continues on into forever. As long as there are children in this world to take care of, there can be no limits. They are the key to true hope for all of humanity. Thanks to our predecessors, we are the generation that is here right now. This time it is our turn to deliver our children into the lap of the future. There is nothing difficult to consider here. The goals for attacking and defending are the same. There aren't any people that choose the path of destruction because they like it. It is simply our duty and responsibility to protect the futures of our children. Now all we have to do is what's natural for us to do as forward-thinking adults.
Gotta do what we've gotta do. Guess that sounded kind of old-fashioned.
Well, that much is true, that's for sure.
I apologize for not being here today. Rena, please.
Oh. Rena, dear.
You brought me some ice cream, right? I understand how difficult.
The area around
Jojo. So tell us, just how far have you gone?
How far have I what?
Still trying to play dumb with us, are ya?
We want to know just how far you've gotten with Akira.
Oh, man. Is that the only thing you two can think about?
Now he's acting all serious.
In other words, in your own way, you've made some progress, right?
Stop it. Stay away from me, you perverts.
Shima-chan,
Yes, what is it?
have you been trying to avoid me or something?
I'm not avoiding you.
You are avoiding me.
But that's not true. I'm standing here talking to you right now, aren't I?
Huh? I wonder what the two of them are up to.
They're fighting, aren't they?
Those two are fighting?
So how long have they been fighting?
Come on, haven't you even noticed?
No, I didn't have a clue.
And that's the reason why boys always seem to be so slow to get it. They're completely clueless!
We're sorry, ladies.
One jumbo pizza, please.
I wonder if there's any way for us to get those two to make up.
I don't know. Things look pretty bad between them.
Having said that, is there anything that we can do about it? I think it just might have the reverse effect if we were to interfere too much.
Either way, it looks like nothing's really changed between them.
It might not work, but should we try to persuade them?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, let's do it! I don't like it when Shippone's depressed like this. Wait a minute, where are you going? I'm gonna find out where Shippone is. Hold on there, little Miss Catalyst, not so fast. Huh? That's right, we have to come up with some kind of strategy first. Some kind of strategy?
Yes, that's it! We'll use the great decisive makeup strategy!
That's too decisive.
So the saying goes, the course of true love never did run true, from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Now the question remains, what could be on the other side of that course?
It's all right. I'm used to standing while talking. Now, I need to be able to see this quickly.
Yes, sir, here you go. From the data we have so far, we believe that the cosmic fracture's form is maintained by releasing an enormous amount of energy in the form of light, heat, electromagnetic waves, gravity, and other sources.
In other words, it's unusually unstable.
If the amount of energy released is reduced, we might be able to close the tear momentarily. This is a simulation of the collapse of the Ultima from the other day. At that time, in order to counterbalance the energy released from the black hole, the fracture expended energy and then lost its kinetic energy. It is possible that the speed of its advance was reduced because of this.
In other words, what you're saying is that there was an exchange of energy between the fracture and the black hole, correct?
That's correct. And if we could possibly introduce an even greater amount of energy, then the fracture itself would release energy to counterbalance it.
Which would make it unable to maintain its form.
Exactly.
We just might be able to do something about this.
However, there are still two problems.
Let's stop here for today. Are you feeling all right? Both your blood pressure and temperature are low, and your brainwaves aren't very stable either.
I feel okay.
Then is there something on your mind that's worrying you?
I haven't been sleeping well, so it's hard to concentrate.
Not sleeping well, huh? You know, you can talk to me about it if you like.
Thanks, but I'll be okay. I'm sure that I'll get it right next time.
My goodness, that's rather cold of you, isn't it? Is it a problem that you can't even talk to me about?
No, that's not it at all. It's nothing really. But thank you for offering.
There you are, Kota Otoyama.
Now!
We're your best friends, aren't we?
And all of us are typical guys, right?
So let's be completely open and honest.
Honest? About what? So what did you want to talk about?
The question is, what do you want to talk about?
That's right, Kota. Don't act dumb. Isn't there something that you want to talk to us about?
Huh?
You know, about a certain someone you've been arguing with.
Oh.
You seem pretty down all of a sudden.
Come on, you'll feel much better if you just let it all out and get it off your chest.
Doesn't it seem like they're being a little too blunt? I wonder if it was a mistake to leave the three of them all alone with him.
Shh. Jojo, you and Akira have been going out together for a while now, right?
Yeah, I guess it has been a while now.
Suppose that for some reason that you don't understand, Akira got mad at you all of a sudden. What would you do?
That is the most specific suppose I've ever heard of.
Shut up!
Well, what would you do?
I would apologize.
What?
That's right. I'd apologize until she finally gave in. That's the first thing I'd do.
But what if you don't even know why she's mad at you?
What's the point of splitting hairs over it? You want to make up, right?
Well, yeah, sure, but...
The fact is that women are emotional creatures. No matter what may have happened, even if it's not your fault, the best policy is to always apologize until she gives in.
Really? Well, that's not very logical.
I know. Come on, think. Women aren't rational creatures, so logic doesn't work with them. When love strikes, it doesn't matter. Nothing's logical. You have to forget all about words like justice or reality.
I see. So even when you think you're right, you still like to be the one to apologize first?
No, not really. I mean, it's just a figure of speech. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah?
Never underestimate women!
See what I mean? Logic doesn't work with women.
Yeah, right. I guess it doesn't.
It was just a misunderstanding, Akira!
Now I understand how difficult it really can be.
This is a simulation of the fluctuations in the energy that the cosmic fracture is emitting. Intensities of electromagnetic, heat, gravity waves, neutrinos, and so forth. In order to close the fracture, it is necessary to hit it with an enormous amount of energy at just the right place. In other words, we must find a way to successfully hit it precisely where all of the energy discharges are at their very lowest. The greatest problem we face is that the target keeps changing, just like we see here, which actually makes it much more complicated and nearly impossible to predict or observe.
And what exactly is the other problem we face?
The total amount of energy that will need to be emitted.
The amount of energy needed to create the Great Wall
can only be created by a Foundation-class space station, isn't that correct?
Yes, but because the target point is normally changing, it would have to be even closer than where the Ultima was just before its fateful collapse. But if something that has the great mass of a Foundation gets too close to the fracture, then this is what would happen.
Are you saying it would require a smaller craft?
Are you saying we're going to use the Infinity?
That's right. The Foundations can't get close to the fracture, but they can emit the necessary energy to do so. The lasers that are emitted will converge via gravity control. The Infinity will allow that to be concentrated in one point, and then shoot the target on the fracture. The problem is the pilot. The new DLS is only usable for Kota Otoyama. Will Shima Katase be all right as his personal assistant?
Certainly. However, there is the matter of what happened the other day.
Has it been decided that Otoyama will be the pilot? Perhaps we could consider a regular student or others above them.
That would be a luxury at this point in time, when humanity could be on the brink of destruction.
I understand how you feel, but thinking about it calmly might also be the correct course of action. Kota Otoyama's appointment is definite. Therefore, we must now decide who will be the most competent person possible as his assistant.
Is that you?
Hello, Miss Machida. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, it's all right. So, tell me all about what happened to those two.
Right afterwards, I saw them walking around happily together. Akira looked just as happy as can be holding Jojo's hand and laughing. And Jojo still had the slap mark she left on his cheek. I don't get that at all. It's so confusing.
It's the springtime of their lives. That's so nice.
Huh?
You know, fighting over stupid little things and then kissing and making up. Isn't that sort of thing fun?
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Well, sure. I was always so focused on my studies, so I always kind of yearned for those simple little things in life.
But I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. I think it would be a lot better if we didn't have to fight at all.
You're an earnest soul, aren't you, Kota?
That doesn't sound very much like a compliment to me.
Sorry, it was supposed to be.
How ridiculous. I can't believe it. What are you guys doing?
We're both sorry.
Well, at least now we know that Kota really wants to make up with Sheepone, right?
But isn't the problem that Sheepone won't talk to Kota instead of Kota wanting to make up with Sheepone?
Are you suggesting that Sheepone's the one at fault?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
All right, then fine. I know what we have to do. It's time to use drastic measures. Hooray for drastic measures!
All right, guys. Are we going to be successful this time?
Yes, sir. You bet!
Oh, dear. Just when I thought you'd gotten back on your feet, you're down again?
I got a lot on my mind. Hey, As teacher to teacher, what is it that we're supposed to do for our students?
Huh? Why are you asking now of all times?
Because now is the time.
Did another tough job come up for the boy genius and the rest of the students or something?
Afraid so, but this time it's not just the fate of the Earth. The fate of the entire solar system is on the line.
That's not the only thing that's bothering you right now, though, is it?
Well, that's the bulk of it. What's wrong with me? How could I allow those two to be sent off on a mission like that? Claiming that it's because they're the only competent candidates for the job, or because they're the only ones that can do it right.
But they really are the only ones who can do it right, aren't they?
And what I have to say to that is, as their instructor, am I really all right with that decision?
All I can do is offer something cliché, like all we can do is what we are able to do. Even if that means simply watching over our students for now.
That really is a pretty tired cliché.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Brooding isn't doing me any good. I'm gonna do what I'm able to do.
Good for you. Sounds like a plan.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Sure, anytime.
All right.
What's wrong? Why are you so spaced out?
Huh? Oh, hello. No real reason.
Well, I guess everyone's tired.
Really? Why? What do you mean, Ren?
Kota Otoyama, the preparatory student.
Yes, and what about Kota Otoyama?
He is completely preoccupied with a certain girl on his mind. It's got him totally out of it, the poor guy. But at the same time, it's kind of cute, too.
Are you talking about Shima Katase? You know, it's very interesting, but girls like that are better at getting the attention of boys than sexy women like you are, Ren.
There's something to that. I remember a guy like that in our class. I think his name was Shane Simmons.
Yes, exactly. Those types of guys are completely oblivious, and they're really hard to deal with, too.
Well, I hope that means that the world hasn't changed very much after all.
No, not really, and neither have we.
You just might be right about that.
Sheep! What in the world do you want? I'm really sorry, Sheeple, but when you two are fighting, it's tough on all of us, too. We thought about lots of different ways to get you two together, because we think if the two of you try talking to each other, you'll both feel better.
We think if we're relieved once you get it over with.
So we'll be waiting outside for you right here, okay?
So,
What is it?
it's just that I feel like you hate me now, do you?
No, I don't hate you. There's no reason for me to hate you. But I might have stopped liking you, Kota.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it's the new direct link system.
What?
Out of every single person here, you're the only one who can use it.
That's just because it's still tuned to my specifications right now. But I think there'll be plenty of other people who'll be able to use it eventually.
You could be right about that, but I probably won't be one of them.
We don't know that.
Well, I do. I mean, I can't even use the regular TLS very well after all the practice I've had.
Wait a second. What are you talking about?
I can't see all the things that you can see, Kota.
Shima-chan.
Kota, you're different from me. I could never be as good as you are.
Hey, wait a minute, Shima-chan!
What did you say to her, Kota Otoyama?
I have no idea what upset her. I really don't understand it at all. It's all just so confusing to me right now.
That was a huge failure.
Maybe we should have spent a little more time working out our strategy.
It was a completely senseless plan to begin with. We have no business trying to get them together.
We're sorry.
One jumbo order of Doria, please. At first, those two were getting along so well. So what in the world could have caused such a big fight between them?
Well, maybe Shipon can't keep up with Kota anymore.
No, he wouldn't do that. Well, maybe Kota tried to force himself on her or something.
No, he isn't someone else we know.
Did you try to force yourself on Akira?
No way, I'm telling you the truth. I was just trying to be affectionate. You beast! Come on, man.
In other words, you think that Kota's the one at fault?
No, that's not it.
Then do you think it's because Shipon likes someone else or something?
No way, that didn't happen.
Then what? What else could have happened?
That's another reason why. Boys always seem
to be completely useless, right?
We've already heard that one.
Good, we're just making sure, that's all.
Space Academy Preparatory Student Shima Katase. Space Academy Preparatory Student Shima Katase, please report to the headmaster's office right away.
They're looking for Shipon.
I wonder if maybe she just turned off her cell phone.
I don't know, but this sounds serious.
In regards to the mysterious lights in the southern skies these past few months, the Solar System Alliance, along with the International Astronomical Society, have made an announcement that they have confirmed its true nature. This astronomical body has been named the Cosmic Fracture, which is made up of a tear in space. In regard to the fracture that's closing in on the solar system, The Solar System Alliance will be announcing the collective views of all of the individual foundations within a few days.
This is Shimakatase reporting.
Miss Shima Katase.
Yes, sir.
And you, Kota Otoyama.
Yes, sir. What is it?
I want you to listen very carefully to what I have to say.
As long as I'm able, I'll supply you with the materials that you need.
Thank you. It's very much appreciated.
It's certainly true that our greatest problem ever has yet to be solved. But all we can do now is move forward one step at a time.
It's a prestigious role, isn't it? All right, understood.
Going so far as mobilizing the students. This is far more difficult than the Great Mission was, and we don't have any time to get ready.
I'd like to welcome you to outer space. I'm the commander who is overseeing the Stellvia forces, Jinrai Shirogane.
Lesio Soljet, the High Commissioner for the Solar System Federation. It's a pleasure to meet you. You're a young commander. One of the select few, correct?
I was chosen because of my actual combat experience from the Ultima.
That's a valuable experience to have. After all, nobody has been through a single battle in these past 180-some-odd years. We're counting on your expertise.
The plan concerning the firing system that centers around the Infinity has been finished. However, the problem is that the conditions for the fracture's lowest energy point haven't been met.
It looks as though Professor Turner is going to be sending us the equipment developed on the Akapusu, as we discussed earlier.
That will assist us to some extent, but the problem isn't the hardware, it's the software. We need to design an advanced mathematical model that's capable of analyzing the fracture's complex energy shifts.
What are our chances of success at this point, Mr. Kazamatsuri?
As of now, 0.73%.
You can't be serious.
That's the highest percentage.
Mankind's chance for survival is only 0.73%.
Naturally, we'll be announcing a higher percentage to the rest of the world.
There are now 38 days remaining until the commencement of the Genesis mission. According to simulations...
All this after we thought that the Great Mission was finally over.
It's okay. After all, thanks to this, school's closed till everything's done.
You're too easygoing. We still have to help out with the loading work, so don't forget that. And don't forget about all the damage the fracture will cause either.
It'll be all right, won't it? They said on the news that there isn't going to be much of an effect on the Earth.
That's fine, but what about the foundations?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Daitron, that's the key right there!
It'll be fine, I tell ya. Shipone and Kota will take care of it and get it done right.
My dad will be there to help too!
Is it possible to change Infi's DLS so I could use it on my own?
Are you asking us this out of concern for Miss Katase?
I'm asking because I thought managing it myself would increase its efficiency.
Well, it is, as you say. It would certainly increase the efficiency of the core design if the system were compiled for only you. But the question is her.
It seems that she's a bit uncertain of herself. I think this proposal merits investigation.
I'm against it. I believe she has some potential that has yet to be uncovered.
Potential, Professor? You'd make Shima-chan do this over something that vague?
The world, Mr. Kota Otoyama, is vague itself, so it makes sense to allow her this one chance. Nothing that exists can be called definite.
But still...
Much less this, the new DLS equipment and human beings. The existence of both are an uncertainty. But even so, it is because of this vagueness that one might gain.
Rena on navigation, Shipone on power output. It's like their own personal instant Infi.
This will be a good practice session for how you should follow through for your partner. Actually, it's Shipone's idea.
I was the one who made it a two-seater, though. You sure about this?
She's been overdoing it lately, hasn't she?
She thinks that she's being a burden to Kota by not being able to keep up.
Shipone's doing really well here.
But she still doesn't feel like she's good enough herself. Whether they decide to make up in the end, or even if they choose to split up, either way, she just can't face Kota until she gets rid of the feeling that she's being a burden to him.
I see. That's true.
Everything here is ready.
Okay, Rina-chan, you can use the regular maneuvers now, too. You sure you can keep up? Yeah, I'll be fine. Go right ahead. Well, if you're sure, let's go do this. If I can't handle this much, I won't be able to catch up to Kota.
Perhaps it's too soon. Yes.
Professor Hutter! Commissioner Soljet is here. He's waiting for us. Would you please come down to the main room immediately? What's the matter?
I believe that I'll be a little late.
Huh?
I'm making a detour.
Alone?
Can't you tell that without having to ask me? I'm sitting here by myself.
I know, I just wanted to hear you say it. That was mean, wasn't it? Is it all right for you to be leaving your partner alone, though?
Whenever we're together, it's just so hard on both of us.
I'm sure that can't be true.
I'm leaving her alone because I don't want to end up hurting her anymore. That's the reason. But to tell you the truth, I do want to be near her. It's lonely being by yourself like this, although I never really felt that way about it until just now. It's just that, lately...
Then I'll do you a favor and stay till you finish your drink. And in exchange, when you're done, you can do me a favor and go see Miss Katase.
Okay, Miss Matcha.
It's almost time for us to go. It's our turn to guide the traffic, isn't it?
Hey, Sheepone, stop for a sec.
Sorry, but the four of us have to go now. You two have already gone through 7 sets out of 10. You really ought to take a break.
Oh, I didn't even realize that we had gotten that many sets done already. Sheepone, let's take a break now. Go ahead. But I think that I'll do a little more on my own here. Sheepone, weren't you just on MP before you started practicing these simulations with us?
Making sure to rest properly is a pilot's most important duty, Katase. She is right, Sheepone. It's not a good idea for you to overdo it, you know.
Thanks for your concern. But I want to do one more set. I'll definitely take a break afterwards, though.
Rest now.
I'll rest now.
Oh, brother.
You know, Sheepone seems kind of spaced out, but really she's stubborn. You're in a good mood, cracking little jokes like that. And the good mood's only just started. Input Rena's linked data and set it to random. I'm sorry, everyone. I'll rest after I do a little more.
Well, I did have an objection to mobilizing students, but now...
As you can see, they're well acquainted with space. After all, they have more experience than the adults on Earth.
You're the mission team, right? Please head towards hangar number 1 and take it slowly.
The finished groups can start moving. We'll begin construction on the generators after this.
Thanks for waiting. Good work, boys. We're relieving you.
Be careful. The B4 block's been changed to the Octopusu team.
Thanks for the warning.
Why, hello there, honey. So, you came here for me.
I wonder if I should open fire.
Yayoi, don't kid like that. I mean, your Bianca doesn't even have a gun.
What in the world's that?
Kota Otoyama asked us if it was possible to change the DLS so he could use it on his own.
I see. He did he?
The term DLS, an acronym for Direct Link System, refers to a system that chooses its user. Your piloting skills, your programming skills, and your strength of will. All these qualities are still desirable ones. At its current level, however, it's normal for humans not to handle it well. Why don't you just leave the Infinity in his capable hands? Kota Otoyama is special. Advancing to his level is impossible.
What you're saying might be true. It might be true, but even so...
What is your reason for going to such lengths to train yourself? Is it out of some sense of duty to save mankind? Is it out of some sort of rivalry? Or out of love for him? Or is it something else?
I used to look up at space when I was on Earth, and every time I did, I thought, I don't want to just look up at it. That's why I came to space. I feel the same about Kota, because I don't want to look at him from far away. What I want is to be together with Kota. I want to see what he sees and to see it with him. If Kota's going on board Infi, then I want to go too. I don't know if I'll be able to reach his level or not, but still, I want to get closer to him even a little. That's why... that is... They say that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, don't they? So I don't want to give up walking, even if I can't walk 1,000 miles.
1,000 miles starts with one step, just as Rome wasn't built in a single day. And a large Arietta is merely a gathering of small Elisa. They're broadcasting the emergency call sign.
Launch the Cadies, beginning with those with clearance. All work groups that are finished, return to Stellvia at once. Bianca teams, begin recovery detail now.
At a time like this, and of all things... Despair is the sickness unto death, as postulated by Soren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher.
That's exactly right. If we don't give up, it'll somehow all work out.
The Biancas are on recovery detail.
These things destroyed our Ultima. I saw them do it.
I know that. I was there too.
Then don't stop me. Rina-chan, out of the way, Yayoi. Rina, please, you have to calm down. You don't understand, so it's easy for you to say that. But I saw
After all, he was also there.
All Katie's maintain assigned positions. Our side is not to lay a finger on them. All workers, finish your evacuation quickly.
We should get ready to attack them. These adversaries of ours have ignored all of our warnings so far, and they're clearly violating Earth space.
With all due respect, they're our rules, sir. Their rules, however, may not be...
If we were attacked by the enemy now, what would happen to the generator assembly work? Have you forgotten the Ultima incident?
I won't give the order to attack, sir.
Are you willing to take responsibility for humanity's future?
That's what I'm trying to do!
Thanks so much for everything, Professor Hatter. I really appreciate the help.
A small Elisa indeed, but still.
Please come to a halt. If you continue, you'll be treated as hostile. Again, I repeat, please come to a halt at once.
We're being sent a wave, which we believe is some kind of transmission.
Link the analysis program that we have to the DLS and advise all the units that have currently stopped their work to go back up to the Infinity.
Yes, sir!
We must deduce their intentions.
A preemptive attack! Protecting all of the equipment for the Genesis mission is your responsibility, isn't it?
You're wrong. Protecting humanity's future is the only responsibility I'm concerned with.
Orihara, as his superior, you give the attack order if he won't. He's too young to have the burden of Earth's future on his shoulders.
It's precisely because he is young that I want him to bear this. Mr. Shirogane, I believe in you as you experienced the Ultima incident firsthand. But if these decisions are too heavy a burden...
No, sir. It's all under control.
All units, maintain positions. Those spacecraft are not your enemy.
Return to positions, you four. I can handle things over here on my own.
But even so, Envy has just arrived.
Otoyama and Miss Katase. Shimon! Shimon.
Shima-chan, there won't be any fighting.
We're going to decipher their transmissions with the GLS, right?
We'll be pushing the system to its limit. Can you do it?
I'll give it my all.
The transmission protocol that we use can be found on this chip.
That we use? In other words, if we use that, we'll be able to understand the contents of their transmissions, correct? Are you sure this is all right? After all, isn't offering this assistance to us considered to be going against your own rules?
I have observed the planet called Earth and its inhabitants for 800 days to my reckoning. Earthlings are still young. They're passionate, straightforward, and they still don't understand themselves very well. Had we made casual contact with such beings, chaos and conflict would surely be the outcome. Not counting the instance with the Ultima. Because of that, I maintained a distance. That was the proper choice, wasn't it? But in the end, nothing ever really changes when all you do is look at it from far away. Even if you were to go back in time and retrace your journey step by step, it's all pointless if you don't move forward. And ultimately, a large Urieta is merely a gathering of small Elisa. It's one of the sayings that's used on my planet.
Thank you for those words. To be honest, hearing that those are your true feelings and sentiments makes me very glad.
Don't forget that it was you Earthlings who brought about those feelings and sentiments.
Well then, on that note, shall we get going? After all, we do have some students to watch over, don't we?
Mr. Otoyama, open up channel C7. We're going to be sending you a transmission protocol shortly.
You're sending us the transmission protocol?
If you use it, you should be able to decipher those transmissions they seem to be sending out.
Sir, what in the world did you get something like that?
Just know it's something you can trust.
Miss Shima Katase?
Yes, sir.
The 1,000-mile journey
Begins with one step.
Here we go.
Please, Shipone. I don't want another Ultima incident to happen.
Infinity synchronization complete. Fix the port at number 8.
It's not going away. That just can't be right. I don't get this. I can't see anything.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Koza.
Shima-chan.
You've still got a lot over there, don't you? I guess I really did give too many of the responsibilities to you.
Shima-chan, you're finished with your part?
Little by little, you can get it done pretty quickly.
I see.
If Method A turns out to be an ineffective solution, then perhaps Method B might prove more advantageous.
Your point is taken. So what you meant before was that Shima Katase has a different potential than Kota Otoyama.
This isn't a matter that's solely limited to the two of them. Isn't it out of that very same reason that human beings tend to exist as a group possessing a wide variety of genotypes?
The operation's complete.
I'm transmitting the results of the analysis to Stellvia now.
It's coming.
This is a map of the cosmic fracture.
Mr. Kazamatsuri, with this layout...
That's right, it'll work. The Genesis mission will work, and we can now save humanity.
They vanished.
Sheepon was able to drive them off!
The danger's finally over.
All right, they're gone!
You did it, Sheepon!
I wonder if this means that those two have made up a little.
It's all over.
That was a wise decision you made.
Yes, you're right.
It's only the color that's different.
The shape of the head is different, too.
So Big Sis is going to be piloting that thing?
And by combining it with Infinity's firing control systems, it'll make the practical strategy...
It's an email.
The laser cannon's adjustments are going as scheduled, and the deficiencies in the strength of the pressure seals have been cleared. But the control programs for the accelerators will take a little more time. There's no need to worry.
All right, what about the Halcyon?
It looks like they're having problems integrating the systems. With a single pilot processing such an immense amount of data, well, of course it's scheduled to be ready in time for the mission. The evacuation of the civilians on each of the foundations is complete. The evacuation of all passengers, except for the mission crew, will also be finished within 24 hours. As scheduled, the Octopusu, the Stellvia, the Odyssey, and the El Santo will all begin their journey heading for Pluto tomorrow.
Sheepon, it's almost time. Sheepon. Much better, that woke me up. Hey, are you sure you're not too tired for this? There's still more than a week to go until the big day, so how about giving yourself a day or two off? I couldn't do that. I'm the one who's the furthest behind. Sorry, everyone.
It's all right. It's still not time to start yet.
Oh, good. Sorry about that.
It feels like it's almost time. Only one more Fujiyama flight's going to Earth. The evacuation will be ending there.
And then that will mark the beginning for all of us. All right then, let's do the final check.
We better hit the showers.
Oh, okay, I will a little later.
Oh, well, we're gonna go on ahead.
It seems like everyone's capable of doing it except for me. I'm the only one that's behind.
I remember back when you first entered the school.
Huh?
It seemed like no matter what you did, it got messed up. The only thing you were exceptional at was programming. Try to believe in yourself a little more.
I'm sorry. Huh? The information processing is too slow, isn't it?
That's all right. We still have some time. I know that if you just follow through the same way as you did before when you analyzed the alien's message, then it'll
That's
be...
not good enough. I know that I still have to become better at handling all of my duties.
Everything will be fine if we work together.
That's just the problem. It won't be us working together. It'll end up being you rescuing me.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. You're a genius, Kota, but I'm not. I'll never be as good as you are.
Shima-chan.
Thank you! Are we really that easily persuaded by an answer as vague as it's an open tear in space? I'm sorry, but I have to say that the Office of Space Development's answers are not good enough.
There are some reports of looting and rioting, but in general, the disorder is within predicted ranges.
Foundations are supposed to be the safest places for us!
Nothing will have an influence on the livelihood of the citizens, but the local governments and police are working hard for us.
Let's continue to emphasize the fact that the current conditions are the same as they were with the Great Mission. There's nothing we can do other than to hold out and defend ourselves to the end. There's really no place we can run to.
Let's continue to make official announcements regarding the mission as often as we possibly can. I'm afraid the only way we can relieve the worries of our citizens is to be as honest with them as we can be.
The cosmic fracture, a tear in space. That's what they keep saying it is. A tear in space. Well, am I the only citizen here today who thinks the whole thing is just a convenient excuse? If they really have an accurate understanding of the situation, well, then that's fine. But as long as we keep hearing the same sorry answer, I can't help but doubt that they do. What are they doing up there in space? They haven't even given us the ability to verify it in any way, yet they continually ask us to cooperate. Well, I find that to be totally unreasonable.
Sir!
How dare you apologize? Apologize!
Let go.
If you have something to say, then have the decency to say it to his face.
Who cares? Let me go.
All right, you're coming with us.
No! Stop, let me go, damn it! Let go!
Thank you. I must say that I admire your sense of justice. The youth of today has no respect, and their generation has the burden of carrying us into the future.
Excuse me, but what about you, sir?
Huh?
Of course, everyone is entitled to their various beliefs, but right now, shouldn't you be thinking about what you can do to help? All I see you doing is adding to people's concerns and weighing things down. The boy who threw that bottle at you was trying to get your attention.
Sir, I've only begun to fight.
I suppose that I'm not that much different. Huh? Could I please have a moment of your time? Everyone's working desperately, even Sheepone.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
But Sheepone's still being so standoffish. It must be tough dealing with a mission and a romance at the same time.
I'm not mixing the mission up with romance. Shima-chan insists on taking responsibility for everything by herself. At this point, I don't even know what to do anymore.
Then why don't you try saying that to Sheepone?
Huh?
You've never actually told her how you feel, have you? What are the reasons why you like Sheepone in the first place?
What are the reasons?
Yes. Why do you like her?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, what are some of the reasons you fell for Sheepone in the first place?
Why?
Okay, but I don't understand why you ran away like that. I know. I don't understand it either. I guess I wasn't able to be honest with him.
Well, if you know that's the problem, then that's all right.
Huh? Now you know what to do. You have to be honest with him, instead of being so ridiculously stubborn. Yeah, but say, I'm sorry about before. Huh? That must be the very first thing you say to him. That concludes free counseling advice from Arisa. Everything from here will cost you a small fee.
If she thinks about it too much, she'll self-destruct, just like she did when she first started school.
Same as always, huh? But if Katase isn't able to function, then the mission can't be completed.
There's still a chance if she can just get a hold of herself.
It's up to you, our dear instructor.
I'll do what I can.
I appreciate it.
Then you just kissed her all of a sudden?
I did.
Before you told her how you felt?
That's right.
Well, that's a pretty incredible story, I must say, Kota.
At that moment, it seemed like the natural thing to do. I didn't have any doubts about the way I felt for Shima-chan, so it didn't worry me at all. But it probably would have been best to have talked to her about it first. Why did I fall in love with Shima-chan anyway?
Good luck, Kota. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? This is usually the busiest place in the whole school.
Let's just think of it as a summer vacation. When it's over, everything will go back to normal.
I wonder how it's all going to turn out.
I'm sure everything will go well. They're on top of it. They know exactly how to deal with it.
I'm not talking about the mission. I'm talking about when they find out.
Oh, yeah, that. I wonder what'll happen. Hopefully, they won't consider it to be a crime. We're just staying behind instead of evacuating.
That's easy for you to say.
Why? What's the matter?
I wonder when I'm ever going to get a girlfriend.
Okay, I'm all done fake packing my suitcase.
If they find out, it'll probably affect our records.
It's more like when they find out. It's not like we're going to be hiding from everyone the whole time or anything.
I wonder if we'll get expelled.
Yikes! Now, milady!
Sorry, just kidding, that's all.
Although I'm not really sure what we're going to be able to do to help out.
Well, that's all right. We just want to be there to support her.
So, have you finished preparing to evacuate?
Yeah, a while ago.
Oh, that's good.
so sorry. I hope I didn't ruin our little goodbye dinner.
It's all right. Everything will be fine.
Yes. We'll just be apart for a little while, that's all. You be sure to take care of yourself, Rena.
They even threw a flaming bottle at the Office of Space Development.
They think that the government officials are going to be the only ones to evacuate. Considering that the whole world is confronting this crisis, this action must seem completely unfair to them.
Nevertheless, it was a foolish act on his part. But no matter how foolish, he isn't the only one who feels this way.
The world is full of anxiety right now. We just have to do the best we can for everyone's sake.
Check.
Oh,
no holding on.
Tomorrow's the big day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm jealous. There is nothing as irritating as sitting back and waiting.
That's because you're a politician, Miss Prime Minister.
You know I'm counting on you.
I'm heading off.
They say that if you even touch the fracture a little, all your atoms will be disassembled.
What's the matter? Are you getting afraid?
I'm just saying it'd be a big problem if I couldn't see your cute face anymore.
So it's just my face?
Well, that and, being together.
Well, I'm going, so that means you are coming with me.
Personally, I was just hoping to evacuate.
That's not allowed.
Hey, sorry to bother you at a time like this.
That's all right. What is it?
It's just, we just keep passing each other by all the time, and so I thought that I just wanted to actually talk to you for once.
Yeah, me too. There's something I've been wanting to talk to you about, too.
What is it?
Until the mission is over, let's just be pilots for now. I think that would probably be best.
So is that what you've already decided?
I'm sorry. All I've done is make you worry about me right up to the end. Don't worry about it. I thought that you were going to be honest with him. I know, me too. But I couldn't. Right now, all I should be thinking about is the mission anyway. Now let's watch TV or something. If I keep crying, then my eyes will be all swollen tomorrow and I won't be able to see.
May I?
Huh?
Yes.
What's the matter?
Hi, Shima-chan! Are you watching? During the Great Mission, Shima Katase was a pilot aboard the Infinity. Today we are speaking with her mother.
What was that?
At the end of last year, you decided to go off into space in such a big hurry I didn't know what to do. And incidentally, once you were admitted to Stellvia, you made the decision to go alone. And after all this time, we've never even actually had a chance to talk about it. Half of that has been my fault. I realize that now. Well, no, in all honesty, it's mostly my fault. I knew that you were thinking of leaving home and that you didn't want to live in my house anymore. Of course I knew. I'm your mother. You didn't have to say a word. I also know the selfish part of me is much stronger than the understanding part of me, which I don't always have the courage to show. I adore you, Shima-chan. I love and miss you so much. I don't know why I couldn't tell you when you were right here in front of me. I was embarrassed, so instead I wrote it in a letter. But right now, if you're watching this on TV, then listen to me. Shima-chan, my darling daughter, I'm so glad that you were born. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Oh, Mother.
When I met your wonderful father, we both fell instantly in love with each other. And after that, we were blessed with your birth. And that's the reason why you're there.
Oh, Mother.
You are our pride and joy, and we love you very much. Go out there and do your best, Shima Katase. Keep doing your best. Do your best.
I guess our relaxed atmosphere is pretty much falling apart. And that's the reason why you're there, huh?
I can't believe you tried to cover so many things at once. You didn't even say what you wanted to, so if you're feeling guilty about it, forget it.
I didn't say anything about feeling guilty.
In any case, I think Shima-chan's right. For now, all you need to think about is the mission. It'd be impossible for you to deal with work and a romance at the same time.
What about you, big sister?
Huh?
Wait a minute, who's in that picture?
Do your best on the mission. Bye.
Change the Halcyon specifications?
Yes, sir. I'd like to request that the DLS be removed. I would like the Bianca system reinstalled.
What do you think about this?
There's merit in testing it out, I suppose.
Even if that should mean returning to an older system?
Just because something's new doesn't always mean it's good. It could be that the DLS is actually interfering with Katase, making use of her programming abilities. We'll try and confirm it in today's simulations.
All right, then. Let me take a closer look at the data we have. I'll determine an answer after that.
Yes, sir.
There's no turning back now.
I know, that's fine. Probably. Do your best, okay? I will. All right, we're going now. like we planned.
Right. The air's terrible in here.
Shh. It must be mice. Although it would be easier to live in the dust chutes instead of the air vents.
Don't worry, I promise not to drag you down.
I know that. Let's just do our best.
The Fujiyama's final flight has just launched. The evacuation is complete. In 1 hour, the Stellvia will be joining the others in our ascent to Pluto.
I know for sure that no one will be able to find us here.
Yeah, you found us a really good spot.
However,
Is it all right to be hiding in a tunnel?
Everything is different.
Commander.
As you were. Mr. Shirogane, as the commander of this operation, you will be the primary person in charge.
Yes, sir.
What's the current state of our progress?
We're on schedule for the most part, sir. 5 of the energy exposure lasers have already been deployed, and they have entered their test runs. The construction of the gravity lenses used to focus the lasers are at 90%. Following that, the alignment adjustment operations will begin.
What about interference from the fracture when the gravity lenses are put into formation?
The response from the fracture will be proportionate to their mass, but inversely, it'll be proportionate to the distance squared, if we can just maintain that balance. Each foundation, the Akabusu, the Odyssey, and the El Santo, are getting as close to the fracture as they possibly can and are standing by. The state of the evacuation for the Akabusu and the Odyssey is at 50%, and the El Santo is at 80%.
Very good. Now then, what about both of the gigantic Actimo somas?
The Infinity is standing by to launch. However, the Halcyon's adjustments are running behind.
Will it be ready in time?
We're gonna make it ready in time.
Accuracy rate, 92%.
Miss Katase? Miss Katase!
Here you go.
Thank you, Kota.
Sure, you gonna be all right?
Yes, I'll be fine, thanks. Miss Ren checked me out just to be sure, and she said that I'll be fine.
I'm worried about you, Shima-chan. Trying to control it without the DLS is virtually impossible.
You may be right about that, but for me, the DLS just feels like a big hindrance.
Why do you keep overworking yourself so much?
It's okay, I'm not overworking myself.
But every day you keep training until you're completely worn out. Not to mention what happened just now.
I'm fine! All that I'm trying to do right now is what I know that I'm capable of doing properly. Why can't you understand that?
Shima-chan.
So let's just both do our best.
I can't help but feel pity for the poor girl.
Is her condition really all right?
For the time being, she's all right. The fact that you trained Miss Katase for this past year really does show in her work ethic, Lena.
That's why I'd like to see her successfully carry this off.
Of course, and so would I.
This makes it the 3rd crisis already for the solar system this year.
3 events in 1 year, yet doesn't this feel more like a school event?
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
If we hadn't come to the Stellvia, we probably wouldn't have had such a rare experience as this.
Perhaps. But the reason why we're here is because we were meant to be here at this time. Wouldn't you agree? In that case, the great mission and the rescue of the Ultima, and now this, the Genesis mission, for the 4 of us was therefore inevitable.
Until now, it somehow felt like someone else's problem. But this time, everything seems different. All right, then. I'm gonna go work on my machine for a little while.
sesame. It's the mandolin.
The tremolo yearns for the shadow.
The two of them are young. Hey there.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
Is it safe? Do you think you were seen by anyone?
No, I wouldn't make a mistake like that.
All right, we sure needed this.
Would you like to join us, Mr. Austin?
Spare me the penalty game. No thanks, I'll hold off. I wanted to ask the reason why.
What do you mean? The reason why what?
Why have you decided to stay here and brave the danger on the Stellvia like this? And what are all of you guys planning to do now that you're committed to staying here for the mission?
We're here for a variety of reasons, some of which are more important than others, I guess. But in any case...
What is it?
Actually, this plan was agreed upon by over 1/3 of both the preparatory and the regular students.
Huh?
Once we decided to stay, it soon became a reality. Then we had to deal with the Fujiyama's passenger register and balance the number of students who were evacuating and such. We left the falsification of various things to some of the other students. And then after that...
It was a matter of putting the rest into action.
Your advice was a big help to us, and we appreciate it. Well, I have to admit that I'm surprised. When and how did you find time to come up with such an elaborate plan?
We decided to take action when the outline of the Genesis mission was announced. In any case, we decided to talk to the people we thought we could trust the most.
You're quite a noble person, aren't you?
Yeah, well...
Under normal conditions, we would have preferred to include the members of the Big Four, but they've already begun preparations for the mission.
I think everyone already realizes that there are a lot of uncertainties with this mission. Anyone else?
As everybody knows, there are still quite a few unstable factors for the final mission participants. But with all of us united, we might be able to do something about those unstable factors.
It sounds like you have something in mind. Do you have a definite plan?
I can't say that I have a definite plan just yet. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure what to do at this point in time. The one thing that I can tell you right now is that if we don't stay here on the Stellvia for the Genesis mission with Shippon, Kota, and the others, then we won't be able to do anything to help them at all. We can't do anything as bystanders. So we ask everyone that you please try and cooperate.
I'm impressed that you were able to convince them to stay here with a speech like that.
Wouldn't it be unfair if the adults were the only ones to have a chance to make history? If they plan to use our school for the Genesis mission, we think that we have to at least become witnesses, if not participants, to that history in the making. So, I guess you could say that we all felt the same way about it.
Then that makes all of you accomplices more than witnesses. I guess I'm an accomplice too.
All of us accomplices are taking part in mincing logic.
What am I doing here? I just can't seem to get it right. What's the matter now, Arisa? Can't you tell where Shippon is yet? Hey, you gotta keep your voice down. Imagine what would happen if the old codgers in the security department heard you. Oh! I don't understand the map data Dai-chan gave us, the big doofus. Look, this is it. The simulation room is right above us. Wow. Wait a minute. Huh? What part of this is the simulation room? Gosh, I don't know. That's really weird.
Are you students? You decided to stay behind?
Yes, that's right. Quiet.
Is this supposed to be an act of rebellion?
Sir, we have now released all of the limiters on the gravity control equipment.
I see. And what's the status of the evacuation of the workers?
The only workers left besides us are in the engineering department.
Right on schedule. Very good work.
We have a problem. The fracture is shifting, and the energy reactions are increasing.
What?
A part of the fracture is making contact with us.
Impossible. Speed up the evacuation. It's another energy reaction. Make an emergency transmission to the Stellvia.
communications are down. Damn it, we've come all this way only to...
The El Santo has been completely destroyed.
Investigate the cause immediately!
Things are beginning to get pretty bad.
Stop that.
The El Santo has been completely destroyed.
But I thought that the mission hasn't even started yet.
I have to head out right away.
Ah! Ayaka and Najima are already at the hangar. Let's hurry.
All right, let's go.
All of you to report to the point of the El Santo's last location. This is a fact-finding mission, so gather as much information as you possibly can. There's a lot of information we still don't know, so don't do anything reckless out there.
I thought the idea of moving in so close to the fracture was reckless enough. No, let's try to be positive.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Both of you are late.
You expect the mission to begin in 1 hour?
Perhaps that is a bit unreasonable, but we actually have no choice.
Impossible.
Of course it's a bit unreasonable. This is the data that was just sent back to us from the Katy formation we sent out. There's an increase in the activities of the fracture. If we don't start the mission right now, the Odyssey, the Akapusu, and our very own Stellvia will meet the same fate as the El Santo.
But we haven't completed Katase's training, and the adjustments to the Halcyon haven't been finished.
Hasn't the Halcyon's accuracy surpassed 90%?
Yes, but...
And the Halcyon's cockpit modifications are finished as well, aren't they?
Yes, they are complete, but there hasn't been enough testing yet. And there still remains the work that needs to be done to swap out the propulsion systems.
Let's cancel the plans to increase mobility. We'll have to have Miss Katase run the final system adjustments after she launches. Is that satisfactory?
It'll have to be.
Miss Katase, under the current circumstances, we have no choice but to send the Halcyon out, even though it is in inadequate condition. Despite that, are you still willing to continue?
Yes, sir, I am.
Shima-chan, I just wanted to say...
What is it?
I'm just a little... you see, Shima-chan,
It's all right. Even though we're piloting two separate units, it's okay. Let's get out there and do our best.
Shima-chan...
4, 3, 2, 1.
We're ready to begin the Genesis mission. Start now.
Starting the mission. The laser cannon's wheels are rotated. Top turn-off generators activated. Beginning activation of the gravity lens system.
Gravity catapult preparations are okay.
I will begin launching the Infinity now.
Please move the Halcyon to the catapult. Roger.
Whoa, wait a minute. Why aren't there any generators attached to Rukion?
You're calling it Rukion?
That's my new nickname for it. You heard the lady. Now hurry up and attach some generators to Rukion.
But all of these generators are still being adjusted.
Huh?
Normally, this would have been more than ready by the time the mission was ready to begin. But I'm afraid under these circumstances...
No way, that can't be.
Miss Katase, there's nothing more I can do at this time than to wish you good luck. If this goes well, you can expect to receive an A in any course you like.
Thank you, sir. Begin launching the Halcyon now. How much longer until they finish the mission?
A little less than 2 hours, perhaps?
What a waste! This is so frustrating! In that case, then I would like to...
Huh?
In that case, then I would like to at least get the adjustments finished and deliver them to her. There's more than just one shot, right? I want to get them to Shipone, even if it only helps a little.
We'll take part in that too.
Huh?
Where the heck are we going?
I guess Arisa and the others found something they can do to help out with the mission, so we're gonna go do what we can, too.
We've been here before.
I thought so too. I just hope that doesn't mean that we'll be... We're gonna climb up there?
Yeah. The generators are being prepared for launch.
They're doing what?
3 preparatory students Biancas are being prepared as well.
Students Biancas?
What's going on? How did those students get here?
Guys, we gotta hurry up.
Fujisawa, Kazamatsuri, Takeda, come back!
It's all right, just let them go.
What do you mean, Professor Turner?
This is a matter of what's best for the sake of the future.
Solar system.
To think somebody my age would be entrusted with humanity's last stand.
If it were possible, I'd rather only be a witness to these events as they unfold.
Agreed.
There are no changes to the mission schedule. Gather as much data as you can on the minimum point and send it to the Halcyon. Be sure to keep a good eye on your distance to the fracture.
Your molecules could be scattered.
It'd be the perfect wave if we were surfing.
Have you ever surfed?
No.
What the...
All right, then. We'll be able to figure out the situation with this.
Don't tell me you hacked the mission systems.
This is the path Sheepone made during that study session we had. The one where she accessed the computer without permission.
Be careful with the gravity barrier's output, okay, guys? If we lose our balance at even 1 point, the whole thing will be thrown off.
No way we'd make any goof-ups like that!
Maybe you won't, but I just might.
If we do it following this procedure, then even I could install it.
Analysis complete. It appears the El Santos collapse was caused by the current of the fracture's gravitational field.
And projections on the flare-ups?
They're all irregular, sir. We can't project anything.
This will be an issue. How's the Halcyon doing?
Operational rate is currently at 60%. The adjustments will still require a little more time.
That's all right for now. We still have time.
The survey team has reached the mission area. Begin recon of minimum point. Roger.
All right, then. Let's go, guys.
Yes, sir.
3 hours and 19 minutes remaining till the cosmic fracture reaches the final defense line.
Begin supplying electrical power now.
Beginning to supply electrical power to cannons. Main cannon numbers 1 to 3 are in critical levels.
4 and 5 are at critical levels. Releasing all gravity generators.
Gravity lens formation complete. For final alignment checks. Cannons 1 to 3, all green. 4 and 5, all green. Gravity lens alignment is set. 2,000 meters in front of the infinity. 1,000 meters. 500. 400. 300. 200.
Against the use of nature, present fears are less than horrible imaginings. Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 3. That's it.
All right, march. This is very difficult to do, isn't it?
Gravity flux?
It's a gravity current! Run while you can!
How much longer will it be? About 60 minutes. The fracture's arrival time just passed 3 hours. When the assault on it begins, the fracture speed will be reduced to a degree. This isn't going to end with us as bystanders.
It's no use dodging! Here it comes! No good! The controls are worthless! I don't care! Mark the minimum point!
I can't track the movement!
Get it to hell!
This is bad. Just have more victims at this rate. I have to do it.
There are too many gravitational currents!
What's going on here?
We're too far ahead! Get back! Get back!
The Halcyon's not ready yet!
Where's the Halcyon?
Where's the Halcyon?
Number of operational shifts is down to 70%.
The rate of back
Concentrate. Concentrate on the vision. I have to do it. Quit getting in the way already!
You can't be hasty, Kota. Don't be hasty.
I'm not being hasty, but I have to do something to help out with the mission, don't I? After all, I'm the one here who's the best at using the DLS.
Yes, that's true. But you need to concentrate on the firing controls. You can only fire twice. Processing the data is my job, and I'll do my best. Finally. I'm sorry it took so long, everybody.
The Halcyon system adjustments have now been completed.
That's good news for us.
This is the Halcyon. Data reception setup complete. It's all right if you don't mark it. Even a little supporting data will help, so please get some. I'll process all of it here and wrestle it into something useful.
Wrestling the data, huh?
In that case, we'll need some better footing.
It'll be fine. The system's functioning at 100%.
What the heck's this?
Huh? Is something wrong?
Well,
2 hours, 38 minutes till the fracture reaches the final defense line.
Relax. Relax.
something's different about all this.
What's so different?
Something seems off.
Kota, look!
I see it, Shima.
Infinity has locked on to minimum point. All units in the survey team are to go to the defense of the Infinity and the Halcyon.
The rest is up to you, Otoyama.
Right.
Start moving the Odyssey into position.
My Odyssey.
When the fracture's movement slow, I'll do the final corrections. When it slows, I'll do the final corrections.
The Odyssey is going in.
I hate seeing this.
I can't really see it, but the fracture's movements have slowed down now. Don't lose your head. Relax. All right, the data correction is complete.
Modify the focal distance.
Modifying focal distance. Energy charging complete.
Firing now!
The beam curve up and to the left? What exactly is going on here?
It's the gravity currents. It appears the supergravitational field pulled the beam in.
I completely missed it.
It's as though the fracture's a living thing.
So there was some sort of reaction to the beam? If we can't deal with the gravitational field, then this mission will be...
use.
I won't let that thing come anywhere near either one of you!
Let all mission ships retreat to the second offense area. Now prepare to fire the second shot!
Hey, Katase.
Yes, sir, I'm doing it. But there's so little data available to work with.
It's all right. We can still fire 2 more shots. We'll use the next one to gather more data, so finish writing the program to predict the motion of the gravity currents. All we have to do is get it by the 3rd shot.
Yes, but the only foundation that we can hit the fracture with is the Akapusu.
Don't forget, we still have the Stellvia, too.
With the loss of the El Santo, the mission has been sped up, but everything else beyond that is going according to plan. I want you to use the abilities you possess to their fullest extent.
Releasing generators into a new orbit. Beginning shift. Linking communications to the Stellvia. Transferring control of the generators now.
How's it going over there?
It's an older model, but it's more than usable, though nothing we do will change the fact that it's still a generator used to gather resources. It can only be used to replace the Stellvia once and only once.
Once is enough.
It feels like he said that he believes in the possibility. From this moment on, these youngsters will be going forth and making history. And the ability to continue carrying such hope will lead them on the path to strength.
Very true. That's exactly right.
2 hours, 22 minutes till final defense line contact!
This one shot. A miss. It's absolutely not an option. If it misses, Stellvia will be...
There are still 2 shots. Still 2.
Huh. There really does seem to be something different about this.
Tell us what's different already.
I was just wondering if Sheephone's program was like this before.
Infinity is locked on to the minimum point. Move the Akapusu into position.
Even though they said that I can fire 2 more times, I've got no intention of wasting this shot. If we're gonna settle it, then let's settle it with this one.
Okay. I have to speed up operations, even a little. I have to improve our chances. Do it. Do it.
The Akapusu's going in!
Data correction is complete now!
Modify focal distance and start charging. Fire now!
Even if a gravity current does come!
So close.
Yeah.
In a few moments, it's going to be Stellvia's turn. The last one will be our own Stellvia. That's why we just have to settle this with the 3rd shot. Sheepone will be able to get a handle on it.
That's right, especially if we can increase the Halcyon's output with this generator.
How's the processing going, Katase?
Oh, right. I was able to collect the data on the gravitational field's currents. I'm going to begin revising the program using the new data.
We're going to be pulling back the mission area to behind the final defense line. We'll be able to gain more time that way, too. So relax and get to it.
Yes, sir.
Attention all hands. We will now be moving the Stellvia into the mission area. Evacuate in a quick and orderly fashion. Controls here will be transferred to the vision. Stellvia, move out!
C1 to 5, begin your procedures for reverse propulsion.
Please give us an updated status report of the generators in blocks B and D.
Sitting around and working doesn't really suit me at all.
I assume that it's because you were a pilot first.
Actually, I'm just used to standing around and talking.
I'll be going to the mission area now and commanding the rest of the operation from there.
Don't worry about the cannon's part in this mission.
Everything depends on my program. I have to hurry. I have to hurry.
Shibon, can you hear me?
Daichan, is that you? Hold on.
Stellvia will be sacrificed. If I can just do it right this time.
There's a gravitational shift in the mission area.
What's that?
A big one.
All units, evacuate at once!
Kent, do you copy?
What do you think we should do?
Until we get orders, waiting till the sensors recover is our only choice.
What's wrong, Naji?
I'm okay. I'm okay. The Halcyon is too.
Shima-chan!
I'm alright. Half of the generators are offline now, but I can still move properly.
Shima-chan.
The system's nominal too.
Shima-chan.
There's no problem with the Halcyon's data processing capabilities, so we can still do this.
Shima-chan.
It was unavoidable, though, since Infi couldn't get out of the way. We used my barrier as a decoy, and then...
That's not the point. What in the world made you go and do something so reckless?
It was to save Infi, since its output couldn't be raised. Besides, if Infi actually had been destroyed earlier, then who would control the firing of the laser?
Yeah, but even so.
But it would also be bad if the Halcyon got destroyed, wouldn't it? It's just that I wanted to try to save you and Infi. There was no other choice.
Shima-chan.
We just lost the second mission area.
The squadron is continuing their move to the third mission area.
Just hang on tight there, you two. We're sending out some help, and it's on the way right now.
Some help?
Who is it? Why are they all headed over here?
I don't know why either. Listen up, people. Nothing's gonna stop this mission. Is that clear? The main staff is to transfer over to the mission. We're not losing to the older staff. The future will be created by us. Never forget that.
That's believing it. Our only responsibility now is to continue on, do whatever we're able to. Right?
Well, you won't get an argument from me.
So this is mankind's last chance, huh? There's no sense of hopelessness despite it all.
It's a strange thing.
I wonder if adversity somehow causes a pleasing sensation. Yayoi?
It's magnificent.
The DLS is absolutely magnificent.
It's actually allowing us to witness a sight that we probably wouldn't be able to see with a naked eye.
Oh, wow, listen to Pierre. He's saying something kind of cool. Hey there, Wendy. Peter Pan's just arrived.
I'm counting on you, partner.
You got it.
Ren.
Hurry up and go to the Vision. Mission Command has already been shut down.
The best of luck to you too, Layla.
Ren!
Hey, Shipon, are you sure you're feeling all right?
Yeah.
So the Halcyon's the one having a bit of a problem, is that it?
But Daichan, your communication is coming from Stellvia. You guys have to hurry up and evacuate right away.
Yeah, I suppose that is true.
Which are the ones that we're taking with us?
The analysis protocols we were using before, I think.
And from over here?
The creation history of Shipon's program up until now and things along those lines.
Daichan?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. But you see, we have to keep a promise that we made before we can evacuate from here.
A promise that you made?
Is that you, Masaru Odawara? Huh? You and Mr. Shirogane haven't left yet?
Quiet! And what about you guys? Why are you still on the Stellvia?
Oh, well...
Don't you me?
Now. It's no use questioning them at a time like this, right?
But still...
So tell me, Odawara, what's your opinion regarding the Genesis mission so far?
It's totally great.
All right then, let's get started.
Yeah.
Commander Orihara will be depending on you and your people to continue gathering the data over there.
That's acknowledged. How is the transfer of the Stellvia staff coming along anyway?
They're arriving one after another, and the first member should be here right about now.
Good. Just like that. Don't rush it. See? One machine or three, it's all the same. Visualize the direction you want to move the generators in.
Visualize?
Right, visualize it. Move it in slowly as you visualize it connecting to the halcyon.
Move it slowly.
I see. You've got a natural talent for this.
Thanks.
You should become my apprentice. What do you say?
I'll think about it.
Okay, let's try one more.
Right.
When lights A through H turn red, it should be ready for the uncoupling process. Hold the lever that's on the upper right side.
Lever? Oh! Are the two of you all set to do this? I'm ready.
Okay, here too.
Let's do it while it won't interfere with any of Ice's work. In that case, on 1,
2,
3!
Cool, they did it!
I'm sorry.
Now for Odyssey to connect the generator.
Yeah, it's lucky we were here since we should have been able to help reduce the communications interference from the fracture by quite a bit using the Stellvia as a relay. So now all that's left is
The promise.
We students have a trivial request that we'd like to ask of all the adults on the Vision.
And what might that be?
Until it's destroyed, please have the Stellvia continue to transmit the data on the fracture.
Huh?
We want it shown. We want to show this view right now to as many people living throughout the solar system as we possibly can. If we're using the word Genesis to label this mission, it really needs to be shown to everyone. We're not using any frequencies that could interfere with the mission, so please keep it on.
There's no reason to stop the video transmission, is there?
It doesn't look like there's very much damage to the unit.
But its output can't be increased.
I've had a chance to examine the flight records thoroughly, and I've concluded it was basically a case of pilot error.
Are you saying I made a piloting mistake?
To put it simply, yes. Using the new DLS for this length of time is new for you, isn't it? Are you sure you're doing all right?
It is tough to tell you the truth. But even if it is tough, I'm all right. After all, there's no way I can drop out given what's on the line in this mission.
I'll teach you how to do a quick fix that'll solve your issue.
Great, please do.
The Stellvia has arrived in the mission area.
It's here. All right! I made it just in the nick of time! It's finally here. Our own Stellvia.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, everyone. All right, then. Listen very carefully. This is going to be the Stellvia's final send-off.
And with this, we've been reunited.
Thanks for all the hard work.
You did an awesome job with those manipulators.
Yeah, thanks.
Testing the mic system 1, 2, 3. Testing the video from the Stellvia as well. You may be hearing my voice hours from now. No, it might actually be days from now for all we know.
No way.
In any case, there's no way for everyone in the solar system to see this in real time with our current technology. But still, when it comes to facing adversity, particularly this one, we're all the same. We hope these words, these images, and these sounds will become a record of our new beginning.
Mr. Odawara hit it right on the nose with that one.
Exactly. He may have gotten to say all the best lines, but that's the crux of it right there. This mission is an opening chapter, a prelude of sorts to our scattering throughout the universe. There probably won't be another time when humanity acts as one. Some will remain in the solar system, some will head into outer space. I think that's how history will unfold.
No, the history we know will likely vanish. What will remain will be our feelings of this moment, and those of heading toward the future. We're going to win. We're going to win.
Thank you for everything, Stellvia. Farewell.
Till the fracture reaches the final defense line.
The Stellvia is about to go into the fracture.
As their names would suggest, the foundations are going to become the groundwork that's laid for our road to the stars.
Supply as much energy into the laser cannon as we can spare. preparations on the cannon and gravity lens are complete.
Arisa, mobilize all the available sensors now.
Roger that!
Initiating transmission of the data from the Halcyon to the broadcast satellite.
Akira, could you move the ship just a little closer to the action?
Roger, I've got it.
Okay, protect the Infinity and the Halcyon no matter what.
Roger. That suits us.
Kent, everybody, I have an idea.
What is it, Ayaka?
Even small Katies can become excellent decoys if brought together.
Yeah, right. That's a great suggestion. Each of us may be small individually.
It truly is. Like we're one.
Our special attack.
We'll also be getting in on that, Ayaka. That's right, we're in!
No, I don't care anymore.
Now let's go!
Right.
It's incredible. Ayaka,
Yayoi?
I've always wanted to fly through space just like this. My dream has been to fly across the universe together with you. With you, Ayaka.
Yayoi,
I've always wanted that too, Yayoi. Let's enjoy this, Ayaka. So, have you feel down here? Are you jealous?
Who has the time to feel anything? I've got my hands full as it is. I say that, but damn it, I actually am jealous.
That's the fear, I know. This is the program's final adjustments. It's the final chance I've been given thanks to everyone's efforts. The final chance that Stellvia's given me. Oh, that's right.
Hey, by the way, Masaru, wasn't there something that you were trying to tell Shiphone about?
Oh, it looks like everything with that issue is fine now.
What's that?
Shiphone noticed it and figured out the solution herself, without me having to say anything.
Motoyama, the laser's energy is ready to go anytime.
Right, Roger, Commander.
All Katies are to continue looking out for the currents.
It's coming.
Move generators to secondary line.
All right, one more time.
Come on.
Ayaka, right. There's no need to panic. This is a new stage of the DLS that incorporates sound as well as sight.
You might be able to catch a glimpse of that which you've wanted to see.
That which I have wanted to see.
Kota,
Shima-chan, I can hear you.
Kota, Kota. This is the program with the final corrections added in.
Right.
Do your best. Do your best, Kota.
Fire cannons now!
The fracture is disappearing.
In the year 2357, on June 23rd, Solar System Standard Time, humanity survived. And now, the start of a new journey to the stars will unfold from this point on.
Excuse me. Sorry, but it's probably a good idea to wipe that off.
Oh, yes, you're right. Thank you for letting me use this.
Wait a minute. Your nose, too. Somehow you really remind me of her a lot.
Huh?
Oh, I was just thinking of someone else. Someone you can't leave alone who seems kind of helpless.
Oh, yeah?
And despite that, she's also surprisingly stubborn and headstrong.
I'm sorry if I seem that way.
Oh, I didn't mean you.
I've often been told by others that I'm a very stubborn and headstrong individual for someone so timid. Only about a fourth of me is like this. It was from an accident that happened a long time ago, honestly. But now I'm just fine.
Oh.
My parents passed away in an accident, and my relatives said going into space was impossible. They were against it, but my older sister...
You mean your sister didn't agree?
My older sister supported me all on her own. She even saved her scholarship and sold her Fujiyama ticket to provide money for me. I made a promise with my sister that we'd look at space together one day. That's my reason for coming to Stellvia.
It sounds like you've got a nice big sister. She seems completely different from my sister.
Stellvia! Visual contact with the Fujiyama confirmed. It's right on time, Rena. Roger! All right, let's get going! All units,
Halcyons come too!
This is the pilot of the Halcyon Yayoi Fujisawa. To all the new students, welcome to Stellvia. Rena here. Think of this as Peter Pan and Tinkerbell's own personal invitation. Well, Shibone, it looks like the ball's in your court. No, I couldn't. Besides, you're better at this kind of thing, Adi-san. You're the implementation committee chair.
Even after becoming a regular